Have you ever wondered why, from your earliest memories, it feels as though the world has been working against you? Why the trials, heartbreaks, and unexpected setbacks have seemed relentless? Let me tell you something profound. The very battles you've faced since birth are the greatest confirmation of your divine calling. The enemy recognized your light long before you did. Before you even understood your purpose, forces of darkness sought to extinguish it. But here's the truth that will change your perspective forever. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Comment 77 below to affirm your resilience and declare your victory. It's time to step into your truth and understand that the attacks on your life have always been deliberate, because you are chosen. From the moment your soul stepped into this earthly journey, the forces of darkness took notice. They saw the light you carry, a divine spark placed within you by the Creator Himself. That light, full of purpose, power, and potential, was never meant to be hidden. It was designed to shine brightly, illuminating paths and breaking chains. But the enemy, ever watchful, recognized the threat you posed to his plans. He began working tirelessly, orchestrating trials, planting seeds of doubt, and crafting obstacles in an attempt to dim that light before you could fully understand its magnitude. Every hardship you faced, every tear you cried, and every piece of your heart that felt shattered was not a coincidence. It was a calculated assault, a strategy to weaken your spirit and rob you of your destiny. Yet, here's the truth the adversary underestimated. God's chosen cannot be defeated. The trials that were meant to break you have only refined you. Like gold in the fire, you have been purified through the flames. Now let us journey deeper into what it truly means to be chosen and why God promises to repay you double for every tear, every struggle, and every moment of pain. From a young age, has you felt life unusually heavy? Have you carried a sense of otherness, noticing what others ignored or feeling as though you were set apart from the crowd? Perhaps you've been told you're too sensitive, too serious, or too aware. These aren't coincidences. The challenges you faced, loneliness, betrayal, rejection, or ridicule, weren't random. They were deliberate attempts by the forces of darkness to shake your foundation before you could understand the magnitude of your purpose. Those early trials were not meant to define your limitations, but to prepare you for something greater. The enemy's strategy was to suppress your light before you even knew it existed. But what the enemy didn't account for is the strength that comes with being chosen. You were never abandoned in those moments of hardship. Instead, you were being molded, refined, and prepared for a calling far beyond the ordinary. Have you experienced recurring signs in your life? Hawks circling in the sky, sudden winds stirring around you during moments of stillness, or even unexplainable feelings of peace amidst chaos? The Bible reminds us that God often uses nature to communicate with His people. Just as the dove descended upon Jesus at His baptism, animals and natural phenomena can carry divine messages. Hawks, with their piercing vision and ability to soar to great heights, may be God's way of reminding you to rise above earthly distractions and embrace the spiritual heights you were designed to reach. These signs are not random occurrences. They are God's whispers, affirming that you've never been alone. The hawk's sharp vision symbolizes the clarity and perspective you are meant to gain through your trials. Its ability to soar above the storms reflects the resilience God is cultivating in you. Each sign is a call to step into your purpose, to trust in what you cannot yet see, and to remember that God's plans for you transcend what the world can comprehend. You were chosen for a reason. The heaviness you felt isn't a curse. It's the weight of greatness being prepared within you. Trust in God's timing and rise to meet the destiny He has placed before you. You were created to soar. Your energy has always been distinct, a radiant force that cannot be ignored. It draws people in, sparking curiosity and admiration in some, and discomfort or envy in others. This isn't a coincidence. Just as Joseph's brothers were envious of his dreams and the favor upon his life, your uniqueness has stirred strong reactions from those around you. Some celebrate the light you carry, while others, feeling threatened, seek to diminish it. These responses are not random. They're a testament to the divine power within you. When God places His hand on your life, it does not go unnoticed, not by people, and certainly not by the spiritual forces that oppose His work. The enemy recognized your light long before you even became aware of it. Much like Pharaoh sought to destroy Moses as a baby, sensing the threat he would one day pose to his kingdom, forces have been at work to extinguish your potential before it could fully manifest. You may have faced rejection, betrayal, or even seasons of isolation, and wondered why the journey seemed so much harder for you than for others. But know this: the trials you've endured were not meant to break you. They were meant to refine you. Each hardship, though painful, has been part of a divine process to prepare you. Like gold tested in fire, your spirit has been strengthened and purified. The very struggles that seemed designed to destroy you have instead deepened your faith, sharpened your wisdom, and forged an unshakable resilience within you. They've made you a vessel through which God's glory can shine even brighter. Just as Joseph's path to his destiny was filled with obstacles, from being sold into slavery to being falsely accused and imprisoned, your challenges have been stepping stones, not roadblocks. And just as Joseph's trials positioned him to save nations, your hardships are preparing you for a purpose greater than you can imagine. Your light is no accident. It is the mark of someone chosen, set apart to do extraordinary things for God's kingdom. So, do not be discouraged by opposition. It's a sign of the greatness within you. With each trial, God is drawing you closer to His purpose, transforming every wound into a testimony, every loss into gain, and every setback into a setup for His glory. Deep within you lies a reservoir of divine power, a sacred inheritance passed down through generations, rooted in the promises of God. This isn't merely a poetic idea. It is your spiritual DNA, carefully and intentionally woven into your being by the Creator. You are not ordinary. You are marked by heaven. This inheritance carries the weight of purpose, potential, and power, designed to fulfill a divine mission that only you can accomplish. The enemy recognizes this, which is why they have worked tirelessly to distract, discourage, and detour you from your path. They fear what will happen when you fully awaken to your identity in Christ and step boldly into your calling. They know that the moment you grasp the depth of who you are and the authority you carry, their plans are powerless against you. But here is where the enemy's strategy always fails. Your gifts and purpose are protected by God Himself. Just as Daniel was unharmed in the lion's den because God sent His angel to shut the mouths of the lions, so too are you surrounded by divine protection. The trials and challenges you faced were never signs of God's absence but proof of His faithfulness. He has shielded you through battles that should have overwhelmed you, ensuring that no weapon formed against you can prosper. Every attack against you only serves to highlight the magnitude of your purpose. The intensity of the opposition is a direct reflection of the power and significance of the calling on your life. Take heart in this truth. The God who called you is the same God who sustains and protects you. No force of darkness can touch what He has ordained, and your victory is already secured in His hands. Reflect on the moments of betrayal, heartbreak, and loss. These are some of the deepest wounds a soul can endure. The enemy, cunning and strategic, often uses those closest to us, family, friends, mentors, or protectors, to deliver these blows. Why? Because betrayal from someone you trust cuts deeper than any outside attack. A broken heart, weighed down by feelings of abandonment or betrayal, is one of the hardest wounds to heal. Perhaps you've experienced betrayal by family members, endured abandonment by friends you thought would always be there, or suffered abuse from those entrusted to protect you. These acts of cruelty were not random. They were calculated attacks designed to weaken your foundation and dim your light before you could fully grasp the depth of your calling. Yet, what the enemy underestimated was your resilience. Each attempt to break you has only served to strengthen your resolve and refine your spirit. Just as Joseph faced betrayal at the hands of his own brothers, who sold him into slavery, God has used what was meant for your harm to prepare you for greater purpose. The very wounds meant to destroy you have become the source of your wisdom, your compassion, and your strength. Your journey is not without reason. Every trial, every scar, has shaped you into someone capable of carrying the weight of a divine mission. The heartbreaks that seemed insurmountable have equipped you with empathy for others, and the betrayals have taught you the value of loyalty and discernment. Like Joseph, you are rising, not despite the pain, but because of it. God is using every broken piece to build something extraordinary, transforming your wounds into testimonies and your struggles into triumphs. You were created for this, and nothing the enemy has thrown at you can stop what God has ordained. Every trial you've endured has been like gold purified by fire, as Malachi 3:3 reminds us. The hardships you've faced were never meant to destroy you, but to refine you, to strip away what is temporary and reveal the eternal strength within. Just as gold becomes more valuable through intense heat, your struggles have been part of a divine process to shape and prepare you. The pain, the setbacks, and the moments of despair were never wasted. They were tools in God's hands, refining your character and sharpening your purpose. Look at where you stand now, stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you ever thought possible. Each struggle has revealed the unshakable core of who you are, a foundation rooted in faith and perseverance. The very moments that threaten to break you have instead built a strength that can withstand life's storms. You are living proof that what was meant to harm you, God has used to prepare you for something greater. The Apostle Paul's words in 2 Corinthians 4:8 ring true. We are hard-pressed on every side but not crushed, perplexed but not in despair. This scripture echoes the resilience of your journey. You have been pressed by trials, yet you've remained unbroken. You've faced confusion and uncertainty, yet you've never lost hope. These challenges have not been pointless. They've been the training ground for the purpose God has for your life. Now, as you move forward, recognize that the fire that once seemed unbearable has only refined you into a vessel ready to carry the weight of God's glory. Every tear, every battle, and every scar has brought you closer to the person you were created to be. What lies ahead is greater than anything behind you, for God has prepared you for a purpose that will not only bless you, but impact countless others. You are His masterpiece, and your story is far from over. As you continue to rise, something profound begins to stir within you, a deep and undeniable awakening to your purpose. It's as though the veil has been lifted, and the pieces of your life that once seemed scattered and chaotic now fit together in a divine tapestry. Like Esther, who discovered that she was chosen for such a time as this, you are stepping into a season of clarity and realization. Each challenge, every hardship, and even the moments of doubt were never wasted. They were all preparing you for this moment, shaping you into someone capable of stepping boldly into your divine role. This awakening is not just about recognizing your purpose, it is about embracing the responsibility that comes with it. Just as Esther's rise to the throne wasn't for her benefit alone, but for the salvation of her people, your journey is not solely for you. God has been raising you up, not just as a beacon of hope for yourself, but as a guide for those who are still navigating their own storms. Your story, filled with its victories and its scars, becomes a roadmap for others who are searching for a way forward. This calling requires courage and faith. It means standing firm in your truth, even when the weight of responsibility feels heavy. It means walking with humility, understanding that the strength you carry is not yours alone, but a reflection of God working through you. And it means choosing to be a vessel of light, even when the darkness around you seems overwhelming. As you rise, remember that your journey is a testament to God's faithfulness. You have been chosen for a purpose greater than you can imagine. Every lesson you've learned, every battle you've overcome, is equipping you to lead, inspire, and transform the lives of others. This is your moment to step into the fullness of who you were created to be. The trials you've faced have not gone unnoticed by God. Every tear you've cried, every silent struggle you've endured, and every moment of doubt that weighed on your heart has been seen by the one who never leaves or forsakes you. God is not only aware of your pain, He is actively working to turn it into something extraordinary. Just as He restored Job, giving him twice as much as he had before, He promises restoration for you. What you have lost will be returned in ways far greater than you can imagine. Your season of restoration is here. This restoration isn't limited to material blessings, although God is fully capable of meeting every need. It is so much more than that. Your inheritance includes spiritual abundance, divine wisdom, and unshakable peace. The scars from your trials are being transformed into marks of triumph, and the burdens you carried are being replaced with joy and purpose. The pain that once felt unbearable is now the very soil in which God is planting seeds of strength, resilience, and faith. Proverbs 24:16 reminds us, "Though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again." This promise is the story of your life. No matter how many times you've stumbled, God's grace has lifted you, teaching you that no setback, no failure, and no opposition can thwart His plans for your life. Every fall has been a lesson, every trial a chapter in your testimony, and every moment of doubt an opportunity for His power to shine through. Now, as you step into your season of restoration, remember that your rising is not by your strength alone, but by God's unfailing faithfulness. What lies ahead is greater than anything behind you. He is restoring what was lost, redeeming what was broken, and multiplying what was taken. The promise of Job's story is your promise too. God's restoration is always greater than the loss. Your journey is far greater than you. It's a story of breaking generational cycles, rewriting patterns of pain and struggle, and building a legacy of light, prosperity, and purpose. Each step you take in faith is not just for your benefit, but for those who will come after you. In Deuteronomy 39, God promises to prosper you abundantly in all the work of your hands. This promise doesn't stop with you. It extends to your children and their children, ensuring that blessings flow through your lineage for generations to come. Just as King David gathered resources for the temple Solomon would later build, you are laying a foundation for something greater than yourself. David never saw the completed temple, yet his faithfulness and preparation ensured its success. In the same way, the choices you make today, the sacrifices, the prayers, the persistence in the face of adversity, are paving the way for those who follow. Your life is a cornerstone in a structure that will stand for years to come. Breaking generational cycles is not easy. It often means confronting the pain of the past and refusing to repeat the patterns that once defined your family's story. But with God's guidance, you are transforming those broken places into building blocks of healing and restoration. You are setting a new standard, creating a heritage of faith, hope, and abundance that will ripple through time. Your legacy isn't just about material success. It's about spiritual prosperity, divine wisdom, and a foundation rooted in God's promises. What you do now will echo in eternity, shaping the lives of your descendants and inspiring others to walk boldly in their purpose. This is your moment to prepare the way, just as David did, ensuring that the blessings you fought for become the inheritance of those you love. Now is the time to step fully into your power. The world is waiting for the light only you can bring. Remember, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. The divine hand that created you has equipped you with everything needed to fulfill your mission. Rise with confidence, knowing that every challenge has prepared you for this moment. The enemy's attacks were never a sign of your weakness, but a testament to your strength. You are chosen, protected, and destined for greatness. Walk boldly into your calling, for the world is waiting for your light to shine. If this message resonates with you, comment Amen below to affirm your commitment to embracing your divine purpose. Let us walk this path together, inspiring others to rise and fulfill their own destinies. Thank you for being a part of this community of faith and purpose. If this message has encouraged you, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to our channel for more uplifting content. Together, we can continue to grow, inspire, and fulfill the incredible plans God has for each of us. Your support means so much. Thank you, and God bless you. Have you ever felt that the events in your life, the highs and lows, the encounters and moments of stillness, were more than mere coincidences? Have you felt a persistent, unshakable calling that whispers to you from the depths of your being, urging you to spread warmth, light, and comfort wherever you go? If you find yourself nodding along or sensing a tingle of recognition, then what I'm about to share might resonate profoundly with your spirit. There's a chance you are an angel in human form. Yes, you hear that correctly. There are signs, subtle, powerful, undeniable, that suggest some among us are angels living within human bodies, destined to illuminate the world with their extraordinary presence. One of the most telling signs of an angelic soul walking the earth is the effect they have on the people around them. Have you ever noticed that when you step into a room, a shift takes place, an almost imperceptible lifting of spirits or an unspoken peace that settles over those present? Angels in human form carry an energy that is gentle yet powerful. Their very essence exudes calm and reassurance, creating a sanctuary where others can find solace from the chaos of life. This unspoken influence can be transformative. Even in the most turbulent of circumstances, their presence can anchor and soothe those nearby. This ability to radiate peace is not just a gift, it is a profound hallmark of those chosen to bring light and comfort to the world. When you find yourself in the presence of such an individual, it feels as though an unseen force wraps you in an invisible blanket of warmth and security. The atmosphere subtly changes, almost as if the very air itself is imbued with a calm, reassuring energy. Conversations naturally soften, the rush of the day's worries quiets, and an unspoken sense of peace settles over everyone nearby. It's not necessarily what they say or do that captures attention. It's the essence they carry, an aura of unconditional acceptance and deep understanding. These individuals exude a presence that feels safe and familiar, drawing people in with a sense of trust that transcends words. In their company, others instinctively feel seen and valued, as if their emotions are not just acknowledged, but gently held. This soothing energy acts like a balm to weary hearts and minds, lifting the heaviness that so many unknowingly carry. It's a transformative experience that resonates deeply, touching the soul and providing a moment of respite from life's challenges. The beauty of this presence is that it operates without fanfare. The person spreading this peace may be silent, simply listening, or just being present, yet their mere existence emanates a comfort that lingers long after they've gone. This is more than a simple act of kindness. It is a reflection of a deeper calling, a testament to the powerful, unspoken influence of those who walk this earth with an inner light meant to illuminate the paths of others. What sets earth angels apart is their profound empathy. Their hearts seem to beat not only for themselves but in harmony with the world around them. They are drawn to people's pain, instinctively understanding struggles that might remain hidden to others. This is not empathy as a fleeting emotion. It is a deep, unrelenting force that drives their actions and shapes their existence. Have you found yourself listening to someone's troubles with genuine concern, offering not just empty words but a heartfelt presence? Angels in human form engage in these moments with an authenticity that transforms the experience for the speaker. Their attention is profound. They listen not to reply, not to insert their own story, or provide quick solutions, but to truly understand and empathize. This act of listening creates a safe space where emotions, whether tender or tumultuous, are honored and held without judgment. The ability to be present without any expectation of reciprocity is rare and precious. In a world where conversations often skim the surface, hurried and transactional, these moments of deep listening are gifts of genuine connection. To be seen and heard in this way is healing. It reminds the speaker that they are valued, that their experiences and feelings matter. This presence does not require dramatic gestures. Sometimes, it is the soft nod of understanding, the shared silence that speaks volumes, or the gentle acknowledgement that says, "I'm here with you." These listeners hold space for others, absorbing both joy and sorrow, creating an environment where healing begins. Their empathy is like a bridge, spanning the gap between isolation and belonging. They offer their time and emotional bandwidth not out of obligation, but from a deep-seated belief in the importance of connection. It is through this gift of mindful listening that angels in human form remind us of the power and beauty inherent in truly being there for one another. However, this boundless empathy comes with its own set of challenges. Earth angels often find themselves drawn to individuals who bear deep emotional scars or are struggling with toxic behaviors. Their innate need to heal can sometimes lead them into difficult relationships where they give more than they receive. It is as if they are subconsciously attracted to situations where their light is most needed, believing that their love and patience can mend what is broken. While this mission of compassion is noble and life-affirming, it can also become overwhelmingly draining for those who embody it. Angels in human form, with their boundless empathy and relentless drive to support others, must come to recognize when their giving nature is being taken advantage of or pushed to the limits of their emotional and physical well-being. It is essential for them to understand that while their role in spreading light and healing is an integral part of who they are, it must not come at the cost of their own health and peace. Setting healthy boundaries is not a sign of selfishness, but an act of self-preservation. It ensures that they can sustain their mission in the long term without depleting themselves to a point where their inner light dims. Boundaries allow them to balance their calling with their own needs, replenishing their energy so they can continue to offer the depth of compassion that makes their presence so impactful. These limits are acts of wisdom, teaching others that while kindness is abundant, it should also be mutual and respectful. Angels in human form must learn to listen to their own inner voice, the subtle whispers that tell them when they need to step back and nurture their own spirit. This self-awareness empowers them to engage in their mission without being consumed by it, preserving their ability to bring comfort and support to others. By prioritizing self-care and fostering balanced relationships, they can remain vibrant, strong, and capable of fulfilling their higher purpose while maintaining their own joy and well-being. If you think back to your childhood and recall a sense of wonder that set you apart from your peers, it may be another sign of your angelic nature. While other children might have been caught up in games and toys, did you find yourself captivated by the mysteries of the universe? Did you look up at the night sky and feel a pull, as though the stars held secrets meant for you alone? This early spiritual inclination often marks those who walk the earth with an angelic mission. From a young age, angels in human form are curious about the deeper meanings of existence. They are naturally drawn to nature, feeling an unexplainable connection to its rhythms and beauty. This connection is not something they learn or acquire. It is as inherent to them as breathing. The rustle of leaves, the lapping of water against a shore, or the chorus of birds at dawn. All these stir something ancient within them, a recognition of the sacred harmony that binds all living things. Angels on earth often feel a profound sense of purpose. They may not always know what form this purpose will take, but there is an unyielding desire to help others that propels them forward. This isn't motivated by accolades or recognition. It comes from a place so deep within that to ignore it would be to deny their very nature. Whether through small acts of kindness or grand gestures, they strive to make the world a more compassionate place. This commitment to service manifests in many ways. Perhaps you volunteer at local shelters or donate to causes close to your heart. Maybe you're the one who offers a shoulder to cry on, or a safe space where friends and strangers alike feel heard and valued. Earth angels are driven by a fundamental belief that true happiness and fulfillment are found in lifting others up. Their joy is rooted in knowing that they've made a difference, even if only in a small way. The same qualities that make angels in human form remarkable also make them vulnerable. Their empathy and compassion often draw them to people who need healing, but not all of these encounters are healthy. They may find themselves in relationships with individuals who take more than they give, draining the angel's energy over time. This inclination to be with partners or friends who are emotionally troubled stems from the belief that their love can be a balm for even the deepest wounds. From an early age, angels in human form often display a unique curiosity that sets them apart from their peers. While other children might be content with toys and games, these individuals are captivated by questions that reach beyond the tangible, pondering life's deeper meanings and mysteries. Their hearts are naturally drawn to the splendor of nature, where they feel an unexplainable yet powerful connection. This bond with the earth and its rhythms is not something they develop over time. It is as innate as breathing, woven into the very fabric of their being. To them, the natural world is more than a backdrop. It is a source of profound insight and solace. The gentle rustle of leaves on a breeze, the rhythmic lapping of water against a shore, or the harmonious call of birds at dawn speaks to them on a level that words cannot touch. Each sound, each sight, resonates deeply, stirring something ancient within their souls, a recognition of the sacred, intricate harmony that ties all living things together. This connection is a reminder that life is more than the rush of human activity. It is a dance of subtle balances and unseen threads. In these quiet moments, surrounded by nature, angels in human form often feel an unshakable sense of belonging, as if the universe itself is whispering secrets meant only for them. It is in the embrace of trees, the shimmer of a morning dew, and the vast expanse of a starlit sky that they find both questions and answers, reaffirming their place in the greater tapestry of existence. This enduring bond to nature feeds their spirit, inspiring acts of kindness and compassion rooted in a deep understanding that everything is interconnected. Through this awareness, they cultivate an empathy that extends to all beings, driven by an instinctive desire to nurture, protect, and harmonize with the world around them. If you've ever found yourself approached by strangers who seem eager to share their stories or seek your advice, it might be more than just happenstance. Angels in human form emit an energy that others are instinctively drawn to, a sense of safety and understanding that encourages even the most reserved individuals to open up. There's a quiet wisdom in their eyes and a gentle assurance in their words that make others feel seen and heard. People can sense this special quality, even if they can't quite articulate what it is. Like moths to a flame, they are irresistibly drawn to your presence, seeking guidance, reassurance, or simply the comfort of being near someone whose energy exudes understanding and warmth. This natural magnetism stems not from anything you say, but from who you are, your essence, imbued with compassion and acceptance. There is an unspoken trust that forms effortlessly, a silent acknowledgement that in your company, burdens become lighter and hearts feel safer. This trust is one of the most profound indicators of an angelic nature. It serves as a powerful reminder that even in moments when you are unaware of the effect you have, your light is quietly at work. Your presence weaves unseen threads of connection, creating a web of solace and hope that touches more lives than you might ever know. It is a testament to the unseen impact of simply being, proof that the subtle light you carry has the power to soothe souls and uplift spirits in ways that transcend words. The most striking trait of angels in human form is their authentic and tireless commitment to the well-being of others. Their compassion is not performative, it runs deep, motivating them to act without any expectation of acknowledgement or reward. It could be a quiet gesture, a kind word, a moment of patient listening, or a small act of service that leaves an indelible mark on someone's life. These acts may seem inconsequential in the moment, but are often monumental to those who receive them. An earth angel's compassion naturally extends beyond just people. It embraces all living beings. Their heart is tuned to the well-being of the entire ecosystem, prompting them to advocate passionately for environmental causes, nurture animals, or stand up for those who cannot voice their needs. This expansive empathy stems from an innate understanding of the interconnectedness of all life. They see the delicate, invisible threads that bind existence together, recognizing that every being, no matter how small, plays a vital role in the world's balance. This profound awareness sets Earth Angels apart, driving them to act not just for the good of humanity, but for the preservation and harmony of the natural world. They understand that to show kindness and care to one part of the whole is to support and uplift all of it. Whether by speaking out against environmental harm, rescuing and caring for animals, or promoting sustainable practices, their actions echo a deep truth. True compassion knows no boundaries, and real change comes when love extends to every corner of creation. Another hallmark of Earth Angels is their deep, insatiable curiosity about life's mysteries. They are seekers of meaning, constantly driven to uncover the deeper truths that govern the universe. From an early age, they may have pondered profound questions about life, death, and the nature of suffering. This quest is not just an intellectual pursuit. It is a spiritual journey that shapes their worldview and their approach to life. Angels in human form possess a profound need to understand the purpose behind suffering, both their own and that of others. This yearning is not just an attempt to find personal peace, but a deeper desire to provide meaningful guidance and comfort to those around them. Driven by an insatiable curiosity, they delve into spiritual teachings, philosophical frameworks, and metaphysical concepts, seeking truths that go beyond what is seen or easily explained. Surface-level answers do not satisfy them. Instead, they are drawn to the hidden currents of wisdom that life conceals. They ask the hard questions, grapple with existential dilemmas, and ponder the reasons behind adversity, aiming to illuminate the path for themselves and others. This search enriches their empathy, equipping them with insights that resonate deeply when shared. The wisdom they uncover becomes a beacon of hope and understanding, enabling them to support those in pain with a rare depth of compassion and clarity. This pursuit for meaning transforms them into guides and healers, bridging the gap between despair and hope with the knowledge gained from their own soulful exploration. Despite the weight of their empathy and the challenges that come with it, angels in human form possess an extraordinary ability to find joy. They understand that life is not without its hardships, but they choose to focus on the beauty that exists alongside the pain. They cultivate gratitude for the simple moments, the warmth of the sun on their skin, the sound of laughter shared with loved ones, or the peace of a quiet morning. This resilience is not born out of ignorance or naivety, but from a deliberate, conscious choice to nurture and protect their own spirit. Angels in human form understand that true strength comes from cultivating joy, even amidst life's challenges. They recognize that by choosing joy, they replenish their energy, making them better equipped to share that light and uplift others. This practice of finding happiness becomes a vital part of their ability to continue their compassionate work. Their fulfillment isn't derived from material gains or accolades, but from the profound moments that touch the heart and elevate the soul. They cherish simple pleasures, the warmth of a heartfelt conversation, the beauty of a sunset, or the laughter shared with loved ones. Each moment of joy reinforces their commitment to spreading positivity and serves as a reminder of life's inherent beauty. This deep appreciation for life's intangible blessings allows them to maintain their sense of purpose and continue offering hope, comfort, and love to those around them. It is this intentional embrace of joy that makes their resilience not just enduring, but inspiring to all they meet. If this description resonates with you, if you see glimpses of yourself in these words, then it's time to embrace your calling. Recognize the extraordinary light within you and the impact you have on the world. Understand that your compassion, your empathy, and your unwavering desire to bring comfort are not weaknesses but strengths. Your journey as an angel in human form is one of love, service, and profound connection. Continue to nurture this gift, knowing that even when your path feels challenging, you are never alone. Your mission is vital, your presence a blessing. In a world that often overlooks the power of kindness, Your existence is a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the divine purpose it can carry.
There are moments in life that defy easy explanation. Perhaps you've experienced it. Waking up in the stillness of the early morning, somewhere between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. The world outside is enveloped in darkness. The hustle and bustle of the day has long ceased, and yet something rouses you from sleep. No matter what time you go to bed, no matter what your daily habits are, exercise, meditation, or even eliminating caffeine from your diet, you find yourself waking at this peculiar hour. It is not just once or twice. It becomes a recurring experience. You might initially dismiss it as mere coincidence or a trivial disruption to your sleep pattern. But as the frequency increases, the question becomes inescapable. Why does this keep happening? What or who is waking you up? Is it a symptom of modern life, an effect of the stresses and anxieties that plague our minds, or could it be something deeper, something spiritual? In this video, we will journey beyond the surface explanations, digging deeper into both the scientific and spiritual dimensions of this phenomenon. Most importantly, we will explore the 3 transformative actions you must take when you wake up at this sacred hour. These moments are more than random disturbances. They may hold the key to profound spiritual growth and divine connection. To truly understand the significance of waking at these early hours, we must first look at the human body's intricate systems, particularly its natural rhythms. The study of sleep cycles, circadian rhythms, and psychological factors offers insight into why these hours might be times of wakefulness for many people. Circadian rhythms are 24-hour cycles that regulate sleep-wake patterns, governed primarily by the hypothalamus in the brain. These rhythms are influenced by external factors such as light and temperature, but they also adhere to the body's natural tendencies. Most people experience their deepest sleep between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m., with lighter sleep stages beginning afterward, especially between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. During this period, the body's core temperature drops slightly, and there is a shift in hormone levels. Cortisol begins to rise in preparation for the coming day, while melatonin, the hormone responsible for sleepiness, decreases. This biological shift can lead to brief moments of wakefulness, particularly if external stressors or internal disturbances are at play. One common reason for waking up during these hours is stress. Worrying about personal issues, ruminating over the events of the previous day, or experiencing anxiety about the future can lead to disrupted sleep. The brain, even in its resting state, continues to process these emotions and thoughts, often pulling us out of deep sleep into lighter sleep or wakefulness. Emotional disturbances such as grief, depression, or even excitement about upcoming events can also play a role. Research has shown that stress and unresolved emotions can interfere with the brain's natural ability to stay asleep, resulting in nocturnal awakenings. For some, the reason for waking up may be more physiological than psychological. Conditions like sleep apnea, where breathing temporarily stops during sleep, can lead to frequent awakenings at night, including during the 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. window. Insomnia, too, often manifests as difficulty falling back to sleep after waking in the early morning. While scientific explanations offer valuable insight into why we might wake up at night, it's crucial to recognize that not all nocturnal awakenings are purely biological or psychological. There are times in life when the line between the physical and the metaphysical begins to blur. These moments of wakefulness, particularly between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., may carry a deeper spiritual significance, signaling that there is more at play than just disrupted sleep patterns or stress. In these sacred hours, when the world is quiet and distractions fade away, we may be called to engage with the spiritual realm. It is in this space, where the veil between the physical and the divine is thin, that we can experience profound insights, divine communication, or a heightened sense of connection with the universe. This is where we must turn our attention inward and explore the spiritual dimensions of our awakening. Now that we have examined the biological and psychological factors, we must delve into a deeper, more ancient understanding of these quiet hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. For millennia, spiritual traditions across the globe have viewed this time as sacred, a moment when the veil between the physical and spiritual realms is at its thinnest. In these hours, the distractions of daily life have receded, the world is at rest, and the spirit is more open to divine communication. In many spiritual traditions, particularly in Christianity, the hours between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. are often referred to as the fourth watch of the night. In biblical times, the night was divided into 4 watches, and this final watch was seen as a time of divine intervention. The fourth watch is when Jesus is said to have walked on water, coming to the aid of his disciples during a storm. It is believed that during the sacred hours between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m., also known as the fourth watch, God is especially close to those who seek him. This time is not just a fleeting moment in the night, but a profound opportunity for spiritual connection and divine interaction. The fourth watch has long been considered a time of heightened spiritual activity, where the veil between the physical and spiritual realms is at its thinnest, making it easier to access divine presence and wisdom. Rather than being a time to simply observe, it is a powerful call to action. Those who find themselves awake during these hours may be experiencing more than just a disruption in their sleep. They may be receiving a divine summons. This is an invitation to rise above the physical needs of sleep and embrace a higher purpose. It is a sacred opportunity to engage in prayer, meditate on divine wisdom, or reflect deeply on your life's path. The stillness of the world at this hour creates the perfect environment for undistracted communication with the divine. Whether you are seeking guidance, clarity, or simply wishing to align yourself more closely with God's will, the fourth watch offers a rare moment of spiritual openness. It's a time to pour out your heart, listen for divine whispers, and align yourself with the higher energies at play, knowing that you are being watched over and guided during these early hours. This concept of the early morning hours as a sacred time is not unique to Christianity. In Hinduism, the period from 3:30 a.m. to 5:30 a.m. is known as Brahma Muhurta, the time of Brahma, the creator of the universe. This is considered the best time for meditation, prayer, and other spiritual practices, as the mind is believed to be most pure and receptive during these hours. Similarly, in traditional Chinese medicine, the time between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. is associated with the lungs, which are linked to the emotions of grief and sadness. Waking during this time might indicate unresolved emotional issues, but it also provides a unique opportunity to heal through spiritual practices such as breathwork or mindfulness. If you frequently wake up during the early morning hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., it is not something to fear or casually dismiss as a mere sleep disturbance. Instead, consider it a sacred invitation, a nudge from the universe or the divine, calling you to realign more closely with your spiritual path. This wakefulness may hold deeper significance, offering you a unique opportunity to connect with the subtler, higher energies that often go unnoticed during the hustle and bustle of daily life. During the day, we are consumed by distractions. work, responsibilities, social interactions that can drown out the inner voice of our soul and the whispers of the divine. But in these early hours, the world is quiet, and the stillness allows your spirit to become more attuned to the energies of the universe. The silence provides an open space for reflection, meditation, and spiritual awakening, where you can more clearly hear the messages being sent to guide you along your path. Rather than seeing these wakeful moments as disruptions, embrace them as sacred opportunities to deepen your spiritual practice. Whether through prayer, meditation, or simply being still and listening, these moments offer a chance to tap into divine wisdom and realign with your higher purpose. Waking up at this time may be your soul's way of reaching out, encouraging you to engage in deeper reflection and growth. But what should you do when you find yourself awake at this mystical hour? Here are 3 powerful actions you can take to embrace this spiritual opportunity. One of the first things you can do when you wake up during these sacred hours is to recall and reflect on your dreams. Dreams can serve as a bridge between the conscious and subconscious mind, and often they contain symbolic messages from your inner self or from the spiritual realm. What were you dreaming about before you woke up? Was there a message, image, or emotion that stood out? Reflecting on these dreams can offer insights into your life's direction, unresolved issues, or even divine guidance. If you cannot recall any dreams, or if your dreams do not seem significant, this is also a perfect time to meditate and listen. In the stillness of the early morning, the quiet of the world around you mirrors the inner quiet of your spirit. This is a time when you can deeply connect with the divine energy within and around you. Meditation during this period allows you to tap into the intuitive wisdom that often lies beneath the surface of conscious thought. Simply sitting in silence, focusing on your breath, and allowing thoughts to come and go without attachment can open channels for spiritual insight and clarity. Sometimes you may even receive subtle nudges, messages, or feelings that direct your next steps. Another powerful practice during these early hours is to speak words of affirmation and prayer. Whether you are expressing gratitude, asking for guidance, or affirming positive intentions for your life, these hours offer a potent spiritual atmosphere. By declaring your intentions or affirming your faith in a higher power, you are setting a tone for the day ahead. The energy you put into these declarations can influence not only your mindset, but also the circumstances that unfold in your life. Speak words of love, healing, and empowerment over yourself, your loved ones, and your life's path. As we conclude this exploration of the sacred hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., it becomes evident that these moments of wakefulness are far more profound than mere sleep disturbances. They represent windows of opportunity, opportunities for deep spiritual connection, personal reflection, and divine communication. Rather than seeing these awakenings as inconvenient interruptions, they can be recognized as moments that offer insight into the deeper rhythms of your soul and the universe. The next time you find yourself waking at these early hours, try to shift your perspective. Instead of being frustrated by the loss of sleep, consider the possibility that you are being called to something greater. This could be a call to reconnect with your higher self, to strengthen your bond with the divine, or to receive spiritual messages that are meant for your growth. During this time, your mind is more at peace, free from the usual distractions of daily life, making it an ideal time for introspection and spiritual work. These sacred hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. are a gift, a time to embrace with an open heart and mind. In doing so, you are not only fostering a stronger connection with the divine, but also stepping into your role as a co-creator of your own reality. This time of wakefulness offers the chance to shape your day and your life with intention, wisdom, and purpose. Every action, every prayer, and every reflection during these moments becomes a tool for manifesting a life aligned with your highest calling. So the next time you awaken in the quiet stillness of the early morning, rather than resist it, welcome it as a spiritual invitation. Let these moments be the time when you align more deeply with your spiritual path, when you listen to the whispers of the divine, and when you consciously shape your reality with grace, faith, and purpose. In this sacred time, you are not only connecting with something greater, you are becoming a powerful co-creator in your journey through life. The hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. are often misunderstood as a simple disruption in the sleep cycle, but as we have seen, they carry with them profound spiritual significance. By understanding the science behind wakefulness and embracing the spiritual opportunities these moments offer, we can transform what might seem like a mere inconvenience into a powerful practice of personal and spiritual growth. The next time you wake in the stillness of the early morning, don't rush to dismiss it as just another restless night. Instead, pause, reflect, and engage with the deeper meaning of this sacred time. What is the universe trying to tell you? What is your soul seeking? In these moments, you have the chance to align more closely with your divine purpose, to act as a vigilant guardian of your own spiritual journey, and to contribute to the greater good of the world around you. Let us awaken not just from sleep, but to the limitless possibilities that the divine has in store for us in the quiet watches of the night. Thank you for joining me on this sacred exploration. If you found value in this video, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel and become part of our growing community. By subscribing, you won't miss any future insights or guidance on your spiritual path. Be sure to like this video, share it with others seeking deeper meaning, and leave a comment below with your thoughts or experiences. Together, we can continue to awaken and inspire one another on this beautiful journey of spiritual discovery. May you find peace, purpose, and profound connection in the stillness of the early hours. God bless you.
Welcome, beloved soul. You've found your way here today, and I want you to know, it's no accident. Whether you've sensed it for years or are only now beginning to realize, there's a reason you feel different. There's a reason your soul has always longed for something beyond the surface, something higher, something the world couldn't quite offer you. Today we're going to talk about you, about the quiet transformation that has been unfolding inside of you, piece by piece, year by year. It's the kind of transformation that not everyone can see, but you feel it. It's the kind that defies outward appearances but radiates from your soul, creating ripples in the world around you. Have you ever looked back at your life and wondered why, even as a child, you felt older than your years? Why you carried an invisible weight that others didn't seem to notice? Why your eyes, so young, reflected the depth of experiences far beyond what you should have known? You were different and you knew it, but you couldn't understand it back then. Do you remember those early years, when the other kids seemed carefree, laughing and playing, while you watched with a quiet understanding that separated you from them? You weren't sure why. You may not have known the exact reason, but somewhere deep down, you always felt a weight of knowing, a weight of feeling, a weight of seeing the world in a way others couldn't. You saw the world with a wisdom that others couldn't comprehend, but back then, you didn't have the words to explain it. You just knew you were different. The adults around you may have seen it too. They might have commented on how mature you seemed, how serious, how thoughtful for your age. But that maturity didn't come without its struggles. You carried an invisible burden, a sensitivity, a deep-seated awareness that often made you feel older than your peers. You couldn't shake the feeling that while they were enjoying their childhoods, you were navigating something much heavier. And perhaps you struggled with this, feeling out of place, misunderstood by friends, and maybe even by your own family. But what if I told you that all those early struggles were never a mistake? What if I told you that every ounce of pain, confusion, and anxiety you carried back then was preparing you for something greater? Being chosen is never easy, and as a child you may not have realized what that meant. You may have simply felt the weight of it without knowing its significance. But now, looking back, can you see it? Can you see how even then, God was shaping you, molding you for a purpose far beyond what you could have imagined? You were set apart. You always were. And that's why you never fit into the mold the world tried to place you in. You tried, didn't you? You tried to be like everyone else. You tried to laugh as easily, to join in the games, to pretend you were just like them. But no matter how hard you tried, something inside you always felt different, and that difference wasn't easy to carry. For many of you, those early years were marked by inner battles that you didn't know how to explain. There were days when anxiety gripped you, when fear took hold, and you weren't sure why. You saw the world with eyes that seemed to know more, to feel more. And it was exhausting. Sometimes it felt like you were fighting a war inside yourself, struggling to find a place in a world that never seemed to understand you. But what if those battles weren't meant to destroy you? What if they were meant to refine you? Many of the chosen ones, the ones like you, have lived through chaos that seemed unbearable at times. Your identity shifted constantly, one day feeling bold and confident, the next day feeling invisible and small. You may have spent years trying to figure out who you were, where you belonged, and why you felt so different from those around you. You carried the weight of emotions that felt too big for your young body. The world around you was chaotic, and you struggled to find your footing. You may have felt like you were constantly shifting between wanting to be seen and wanting to disappear altogether. It was confusing, wasn't it? You didn't know who you were supposed to be. Your style, your personality, your very essence felt like it was always in flux. You may have looked in the mirror during those years and not recognized the person staring back at you. There was a disconnection between who you felt inside and the image you saw reflected in the glass. You tried to mold yourself into something that would be accepted by the world, but nothing ever felt quite right. The clothes you wore never seemed to fit, not because they were the wrong size, but because they didn't fit the person you were trying to become. And the world was loud, wasn't it? So loud. Everyone around you seemed to know exactly who they were, or at least they pretended to. And you felt lost. You couldn't find a place where you fit, and that made you feel even more isolated. Even your own family, the people who should have understood you the best, often felt like strangers. But beloved, that chaos wasn't meant to break you. It was meant to shape you. I know it felt lonely. You felt too much, too deeply. You saw the world through eyes that carried the weight of lifetimes of experience, and that kind of depth isn't easy to share with others. Most people couldn't grasp the intensity of what you were going through, and that made you feel even more disconnected. But let me tell you something important. The chosen ones are often misunderstood, and that's because they are called to walk a path that others cannot comprehend. You were carrying a depth, a wisdom, a spiritual weight that was far beyond your years, and it made you feel like an outsider. But you were never meant to fit into the world's mold. You were never meant to follow the crowd. You were chosen, and because of that, your journey was always going to be different. That's why you felt older than your years when you were young. You were carrying something sacred, something divine, but the world couldn't see it, and sometimes, neither could you. And yet, despite the chaos, despite the confusion, something inside you was changing. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, God was working in you. He was quieting the storms, bringing peace to your heart. Maybe it didn't happen all at once. Maybe it took years, even decades. But over time, you began to notice a shift. The battles that once raged inside you started to quiet. The anxieties that once gripped your soul began to loosen their hold. The fear that kept you up at night began to fade. God was working through you, refining you through every struggle, through every tear, through every moment of doubt. He was using the chaos to shape you, to mold you into the person you were always meant to be. And now, when you look in the mirror, what do you see? You see someone transformed. Someone who carries the glow of inner strength, of purpose, of God's presence. The face that once showed the stress of trying to fit into a world that didn't understand you now glows with the peace of knowing who you are in God's eyes. Your appearance, your energy, your very spirit seems to have reversed in age. You are younger now, more radiant, more alive than you were when you were younger. And that's because you are walking closer to the person God created you to be. The world may have once told you that you were too much, too sensitive, too emotional, too deep. But now, you know that all of those things are what make you who you are. They are not flaws, they are gifts. And now that you have embraced those gifts, now that you have embraced who you are in God's eyes, something remarkable has happened. You have transformed. Your energy is magnetic, but not in the loud, attention-seeking way of the world. It's quiet. It's powerful. It's grounded in something deeper than flesh and bone. It's the light of God shining through you. You once felt misunderstood, like no one could see you for who you truly were. But now, you don't need everyone to understand you. You don't need everyone to see you. You know that not everyone is meant to walk your path. And that's okay. You have found peace in being set apart, in being chosen. You may still feel different. You may still feel like you don't quite fit into the world around you. But now, you wear that difference with pride, with honor. You know that God has placed something inside you that the world needs, even if it doesn't yet realize it. As you have transformed, the people around you have begun to notice. Some are drawn to your newfound peace, your glowing presence. They admire the strength and beauty that radiates from within you. They see the change in you, and it inspires them. But not everyone responds with kindness. Some are envious of your growth, threatened by the light that now shines from you. They may try to tear you down, to diminish the glow you have worked so hard to cultivate. But they can't touch it. The strength you carry is from God, and the glow of a good soul cannot be destroyed by envy or malice. It is a divine light that stands strong against any attempt to dim it. What they don't understand is that your transformation isn't just physical, it's spiritual. God's hand is on you, and no force can break what He has built within you. Now, as we sit here together, reflecting on the journey that has brought you to this moment, I want you to think back to your younger self. Think back to those old photos you used to shy away from, the ones that made you cringe or feel small. But now, something is different, isn't it? Now, when you look at those photos, you don't feel shame or regret. Instead, you feel love. You see the beauty that was always there, wrapped in innocence, cloaked in the struggle of finding yourself. You see strength in the eyes of the child you once were. How blind we were back then to the beauty that radiated from us, even in our confusion, even when we thought we were lost. Looking back now, with the wisdom you've gained, you don't see weakness. You see bravery. You see courage. You see a soul that was doing the best it could, even when the world seemed too heavy to carry. You were so young, so fragile, and yet, so strong. That younger version of you, though they may have been filled with doubts and fears, was also filled with hope. They longed for the peace you now hold. They prayed in their own way for the life you are now living. And God heard those prayers. He heard them, even when you thought He wasn't listening. Every tear, every cry for help, every moment of doubt, He was there, guiding you toward this very moment. And now, as you look forward, you carry the dreams of that younger self with you. You carry the lessons they taught you, the resilience they built within you. You carry the love they gave you, even when you didn't know how to love yourself. You carry the knowledge that God was with you through it all. He saw the beauty in you when you couldn't see it. He saw the strength you had even when you felt like you were falling apart. And He never let go. So now, as you stand in the glow of your transformation, know this: the journey is far from over. There will still be battles to face, struggles to overcome. But you are no longer fighting alone. You are walking in the grace of God, and He is leading you every step of the way. The glow you carry is not just the result of your efforts, it's the result of God's grace. He has shaped you, refined you, through every hardship, every challenge, and the light you now wear is a reflection of His love shining through you. It's a light that cannot be dimmed by the opinions of others or by the struggles you still face. It is eternal, unwavering, because it is rooted in Him. You walk forward now, not with the need for approval from others, but with the peace of knowing that you are already loved, deeply, unconditionally, by the one who created you. And that love is enough. It always was. As we move forward, we do so with love for the past, the present, and the future. We walk with God, knowing that every step we take is part of His divine plan, and we are proud of who we were, proud of who we are, and proud of the journey that lies ahead. You walk forward with peace in your heart, knowing that every step you take is part of a divine plan, far greater than anything you could have imagined. You are becoming exactly who God created you to be, and there is no greater fulfillment than that. So to those of you who are still in the midst of your transformation, still fighting the inner battles, take heart. You are stronger than you know, more beautiful than you realize, and God is with you, just as He has always been. One day, you will look back on this moment and see the beauty, the strength, and the courage that was always within you. And when that day comes, you will be proud, not just of who you have become, but of the journey that brought you here. Remember, dear ones, you are chosen. You have always been chosen, and that is something no one can ever take away from you. The world often operates on perceptions, on the surface of things. People look at your age, your appearance, and assume that they know your limitations. They see youth as a synonym for inexperience, and they mistake your patience for weakness. But the truth is that your spirit is far older than your years. Your soul carries within it the weight of lifetimes, forged in the fires of adversity, strengthened by trials, and illuminated by divine wisdom. You are not bound by the narrow confines of this lifetime, nor by the judgments of those who are blind to your true power. When they dismiss you as naive, they fail to see that your strength does not come from earthly knowledge alone. It is a gift from the divine. You are chosen, handpicked by the Creator long before you took your first breath in this world. The journey you walk is not one dictated by the fleeting perceptions of others, but by the eternal hand of God guiding your every step. Every moment of underestimation, every slight, every attempt to undermine you has been woven into a divine plan far beyond what they can comprehend. And soon, they will see the truth. They will witness the power of God manifesting through you. Throughout your journey, your youthful appearance has been both a gift and a challenge. It's a gift in the sense that it reflects the powerful energy that flows from within. You possess a light, an unmistakable glow that makes you seem untouched by the harshness of the world, as though time itself respects your essence. Yet on the other hand, it is a challenge, because this same youthful visage leads many to underestimate you. They see only the surface, judging by appearance alone, and mistakenly believe that you lack the depth and wisdom that age typically bestows. In their eyes, youth equates to inexperience, to being untested, unwise, and easily manipulated. But what they fail to recognize is that age is not the sole marker of wisdom. Your spirit carries the weight of ages. You were chosen long before you entered this world, a being of profound knowledge, imbued with ancient truths that defy the limitations of time. Your spirit is vibrant, timeless, and constantly renewed by a connection to the divine that surpasses the understanding of those around you. They thought they could mess with you. They assumed their whispers, their manipulation, Their attempts to undermine your strength would go unnoticed or unchallenged. After all, in their eyes, you were but a youth, and youth is often easy prey. But oh, how mistaken they were. Beneath the surface lies a power they could never have anticipated, a divine force that dismantles their illusions and reveals the truth. God has never left your side, and in every moment of belittlement, every attempt to step over you, the divine plan was already in motion, working to reveal the truth of who you are. They looked at you and saw someone too young to understand, too inexperienced to matter. What they didn't realize was that every condescending smirk, every dismissive glance, and every undermining action only fueled the divine plan that had been quietly unfolding behind the scenes. For you are not merely your age or appearance. You are a chosen one, entrusted with wisdom that transcends time and space. While they played their games, thinking they could take advantage of what they perceived as weakness, you were operating on a different plane altogether, guided by a force far greater than their shallow judgments. In your workplace, in your social circles, perhaps even within your own family, they've tried the same tired tactics. They've taken credit for your ideas, thinking you would stay silent. They've whispered behind your back, confident that your voice held no weight. They've acted as though their seniority, their age, or their worldly achievements somehow gave them the right to dismiss you. But what they fail to grasp is that while they scramble for status and validation, you are grounded in something infinitely more powerful, the guidance of the divine. When the critical moment arrived and everyone was scrambling for solutions, it was you who stood firm, rooted in the ancient wisdom that flows through your veins. You didn't just present an innovative plan, you laid it out with such conviction, such quiet strength, that the room fell silent. The very people who had sought to dismiss you were now watching in disbelief as your ideas began to flourish. Their empty boasts crumbled into dust, and all that remained was the undeniable truth that you are a force to be reckoned with, someone whose wisdom cannot be dismissed simply because of youthful appearance. The divine spark within you had made itself known, and there was no going back. The room had been silenced not by noise, but by the undeniable power of your presence. What they didn't understand and still struggle to comprehend is that your youthful appearance is not a mere physical trait. It is a direct reflection of the divine energy that radiates from within you. It's not just your skin or your features that make you appear younger. It's the light you carry, the vibrancy of your spirit that defies the normal limits of the human condition. Your connection to the source, to the eternal, keeps your spirit vibrant and alive. Every time you walk in faith, every time you release old wounds, shed the weight of negativity, and trust in the divine, you allow that radiant energy to flow more freely through you, revitalizing your body and soul. This is why, while others may age with time, your essence remains ageless. You possess the wisdom of the ancients, yet you still carry the playfulness and wonder of youth. This inner harmony between wisdom and wonder reflects outward, giving you that undeniable glow that others can't help but notice. They might try to explain it away as good genes or luck, but deep down, you know it's something far more powerful than that. It's the divine energy within you, the same energy that has sustained the universe since the beginning of time. People often see youthful looks as a fleeting gift, something that will inevitably fade with time. But what they fail to see is that for you, this youthful appearance is not bound by the same laws as others. Time may pass, but it cannot touch the eternal energy that sustains you. You are a chosen one, and the divine has seen fit to bless you with a presence that defies the expectations of the world. Others may see youth and mistake it for weakness, but you know that your appearance is a disguise, a surface-level trait that hides the power of an ancient soul. They think they can mess with you. They think they can belittle you or manipulate you because they assume your youthful energy is unformed, naive, and easy to sway. What they don't realize is that beneath this youthful exterior lies a spirit that has been tempered by wisdom far beyond their grasp. You are not playing by their rules. While they try to undermine you, unaware of the divine shield that surrounds you, God is already 10 steps ahead, whispering their intentions to your soul before they've even had a chance to act. You are protected in ways they cannot see. Every subtle insult, every attempt to strike at your reputation, is deflected by a force they will never understand. The same hands that crafted the heavens hold you steady, and no amount of scheming or jealousy can penetrate this divine safeguard. They think they can manipulate you, thinking that your inexperience will leave you blind to their deception. But what they don't know is that God has already given you discernment, far sharper than they could ever anticipate. You see their games for what they are. You sense the undercurrents of betrayal in your circle, the whispering shadows of those who seek to undermine you. Someone you once trusted is quietly trying to sabotage you, spreading lies and hoping to watch you fall from a distance. They think they can play you, that you are too oblivious to notice the cracks they're trying to create in your relationships. But what they don't know is that God has already revealed their intentions to you. You are always 10 steps ahead, not because you've plotted revenge, but because you are operating on divine timing, a force that unravels their schemes before they even take root. Without even needing to confront the situation, the truth begins to rise to the surface. Those who were once swayed by rumors and deception now find themselves seeking your perspective directly. They begin to see through the lies, realizing that the stories they were fed were nothing but smoke and shadows. The truth has a way of surfacing when God is in control, and you didn't have to lift a finger to defend yourself. The divine force surrounding you ensured that the deception unraveled itself, revealing the truth for all to see. This is how God works in your life. He takes the plans of those who seek to harm you and turns them into nothingness. Their schemes backfire in ways they never expected, not because you manipulated the situation, but because your trust in the divine allowed the truth to rise on its own. They thought they could destroy your reputation, but in their attempts, they only exposed their own character. You walk in divine protection, and every day it becomes clearer to those who once underestimated you. No weapon formed against you can succeed. They might see youth, but you know that this is merely the surface. What runs beneath is the power of an ancient soul, guided and protected by forces far beyond their understanding. Time and time again, they've tried to bring you down, to belittle you, but each time they fail to realize that you are operating on a different level altogether. You are not bound by their rules, nor are you at the mercy of their judgments. God has already laid the path of victory at your feet, and no matter how many times they try to trip you, you will continue to rise. They've tried to rush you, mock your patience, and question why things haven't moved faster for you. To them, it seems like you've been standing still while the world moves forward. But what they fail to understand is that God's timing is flawless. They see delay as failure, but you know that every moment of waiting has been deliberate, every pause intentional. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be, moving according to a rhythm that only divine hands can orchestrate. While others scramble ahead, desperate for validation and quick results, you've been quietly building, trusting in the divine plan that has been unfolding for you all along. God has been using this time to refine you, to prepare you for the magnitude of blessings that are about to flood your life. What appeared to be delay in their eyes was, in reality, a period of strengthening, a time for you to be sharpened, positioned for the exact moment when everything would fall into place. They thought you were waiting in vain, but they couldn't have been more wrong. Every day that passed without the breakthrough you sought was not a punishment. It was divine preparation. You were being made ready for something far beyond what they could comprehend, and now that the time has come, the elevation is undeniable. Those who rushed ahead, desperate for quick victories, now find themselves watching in disbelief as God lifts you higher than they ever imagined possible. When God moves, He moves in ways that make the efforts of men seem insignificant by comparison. Suddenly, Without warning, the door opens. The opportunity you've been waiting for arrives, and it is so perfectly aligned with your heart, your purpose, and your calling that you know it was worth every second of waiting. It's not just an opportunity, it's a divine appointment, one that surpasses anything you could have planned for yourself. Paths that once seemed blocked are now wide open. The people who once pitied you, who looked down on you with condescension, are now standing in disbelief. They are watching as God multiplies your efforts 100-fold, thrusting you into spaces they could never reach, no matter how fast they scrambled. What they once saw as insignificance is now elevated to unimaginable heights. This is the power of divine timing, of divine multiplication. The seeds you planted in faith, the moments of selflessness and patience, are now bursting through the soil, growing at a rate that defies natural logic. What seemed small in their eyes has been blessed by God, and the elevation you are experiencing is a direct result of your unwavering trust in His plan. The same people who once disregarded your kindness, who overlooked your efforts, now stand in awe as blessings rain down upon you. You never sought validation, but the recognition that is coming your way will be undeniable. The same ones who ridiculed you for your patience, for your trust in God's timing, will now witness the magnitude of His favor in your life. You gave selflessly, not out of obligation, but because it was in your nature to care, to uplift, to support those around you. And now, all that you have given is coming back to you, multiplied in ways that will leave others speechless. This is the divine principle that governs the universe. Whatever you give with a pure heart returns to you in overflowing measure. God has been keeping a record of every sacrifice, every moment when you put others' needs above your own. He has seen the depth of your heart, the quiet strength behind your selflessness, and now He is pouring out blessings upon you that no one can deny. Those who underestimated you, who thought they could take advantage of your kindness, are now seeing the truth. Your youth was never a weakness. It was always a reflection of the divine energy that flows through you. Your kindness was never endless without consequence. It was the very strength that God has now exalted in full view of those who doubted you. As you step into the fullness of your calling, it will become clear to all that you are not just another face in the crowd. You are a chosen one, a vessel of divine wisdom, carrying the light of God within you. Your story of triumph in the face of doubt will serve as a beacon to others who have been similarly underestimated. You have shown the world that true power does not lie in appearances, but in the depth of one's connection to the divine. God has always seen your heart. He has always known your potential, long before the world took notice. Now, as you rise into the fullness of your calling, those who once doubted you will be left speechless, watching as you step into spaces they never thought you would reach. The world may have seen youth, but God has always seen the truth. You were never bound by their judgments. You were always tied to a higher order, one where your good heart is the currency of elevation. And now, the world will see just how wrong they were. Your rise is not just a victory, it is a divine demonstration of what happens when you trust in God's timing, when you remain steadfast in your faith, and when you embrace the truth of who you are, a chosen one, radiant and timeless, empowered by the divine. The unshakable strength of the divine. The journey has not been easy, but it has always been guided by divine hands. You are not just a survivor of adversity. You are the embodiment of divine resilience. Every challenge you have faced, every moment of doubt or dismissal, has been part of the divine plan to shape you into the powerful being you are today. The world may have underestimated you, but God never did. Now, as you rise into the fullness of your calling, it is time to share your story. Let others see the truth of what it means to be chosen, to rise against the odds, and to embody the divine wisdom that flows through you. You are not just youthful in appearance, you are ancient in wisdom, protected by God, and destined for greatness. The world will see the undeniable truth. You are a chosen one, and no weapon formed against you will ever prosper. The divine plan is unfolding, and your rise has only just begun. Thank you for staying with me until the end of this journey. Your time and presence here mean more than words can express. If this message has resonated with you, inspired you, or touched a part of your soul, please consider subscribing to Inner Mystics. By joining this community, you become part of a circle that seeks to uplift, empower, and explore the profound mysteries of the spirit together. Let's continue to walk this path, embracing the divine wisdom within us all. Thank you for being here, and may you always rise with the light of your calling. If you've found yourself here, watching this video, know that it is no accident. There are no coincidences in this universe. Your presence in this moment is a sign, a whisper from the cosmos, gently reminding you that you stand on the threshold of something truly extraordinary. You are not just a seeker on the path, but a chosen one, set apart for a unique journey and destined for greatness. You've been walking towards this moment your entire life, through trials, challenges, and periods of profound doubt, and now, as you read these lines, the universe is signaling that your breakthrough is near. This moment is pivotal. It marks the beginning of a new chapter, brimming with opportunities, growth, and transformation. Life often feels like a series of obstacles, but for those of us who are chosen, these obstacles are more than mere chance or hardship. They are stepping stones, guiding us toward our higher purpose. Each struggle you've endured, every sleepless night, and every uncertainty was part of a greater plan, preparing you for this precise moment, the moment before your breakthrough. In this video, we will explore the unmistakable signs that indicate your breakthrough is imminent. We'll delve into how the universe aligns circumstances, people, and events, even when life seems chaotic and overwhelming. We'll also discuss the importance of remaining focused and staying true to your path as you approach this powerful transformation. But before we begin, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with the number 77, signaling your commitment to the universe. Playing this message on repeat, even in the background, will help gather the energies necessary to amplify the impact of this profound message. Let us now embark on this transformative journey together. As you approach a major breakthrough, life often presents a strange paradox. On one hand, there is an inexplicable sense of calm, a deep stillness that feels like the quiet before the storm. On the other hand, you might find yourself facing heightened challenges, setbacks, or moments of intense doubt. This duality is no coincidence, and it is a common experience for those who are about to undergo profound change. The calm you feel is the universe's way of signaling that everything is aligning in your favor, even if it's not immediately obvious. It's as though the universe is orchestrating unseen forces, preparing you for the leap you're about to take. This stillness is a sacred gift, offering you time to center yourself, gather your strength, and reflect on how far you've come. It's a moment to breathe deeply, to realign your intentions, and to focus before the wave of change crashes upon the shore of your life. Yet this calm can also be accompanied by a sense of restlessness. You might feel as if you're standing on the edge of something monumental, but can't quite identify what it is. This feeling of urgency is the universe nudging you, reminding you that your breakthrough is near, that you must stay alert, focused, and committed to your path. During this time, it's crucial to stay grounded. The calm before the breakthrough can be unnerving precisely because it contrasts so sharply with the chaos you've been navigating. You might even be tempted to doubt yourself, questioning whether you are truly on the right path. But resist this temptation. Trust in the process and use this period to prepare mentally, emotionally, and spiritually for the massive changes ahead. Think of this calm as the still moment before a wave gathers all its force. The ocean doesn't crash onto the shore in haste. It draws back, harnesses its energy, and in that brief pause, it prepares to make its most powerful impact. Similarly, this period of calm in your life is the universe's way of helping you gather the strength, clarity, and focus required to navigate the powerful transformation that's about to unfold. The calm before the breakthrough is not just a time to rest, It's a time to fine-tune your intentions. Ask yourself, what do I truly desire? What outcomes am I hoping for? This period gives you the clarity to define your goals with precision, enabling you to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your deepest aspirations. It's as though, with every thought, intention, and action, you are sending out a unique frequency, a message to the universe, programming it to deliver exactly what you need. This is not just a metaphorical concept, it is the energetic reality that shapes the world around you. The universe is a vast, intelligent system, responding to the vibrations we emit. When you align your energy, thoughts, and emotions with your deepest desires, you tap into the core of this system, co-creating your life with a higher power. Imagine the universe as a vast, interconnected web, with each of your thoughts acting like a thread that vibrates through this cosmic tapestry. Every single thought, whether consciously or unconsciously formed, is woven into this web, signaling what you are ready to receive. Your intentions, whether aligned with fear, doubt, or abundance, ripple outward, calling back experiences that resonate at the same frequency. It's a constant dialogue between you and the cosmos, with the universe serving as both the mirror and the messenger of your internal state. This process is subtle but powerful, and it operates continuously, whether you are aware of it or not. The more you consciously align your intentions with your true desires, the more deliberate your programming of the universe becomes. Think of your mind as the control center, and your heart as the compass. When your thoughts are guided by your deepest passions, and your heart is set on your authentic purpose, you create a powerful synergy that the universe cannot ignore. This is also a time to release any lingering doubts or fears that might be holding you back. Often, just before a major breakthrough, our deepest insecurities rise to the surface. These fears are not to be seen as signs of failure, but rather as the last remnants of old patterns that no longer serve us. This calm before your breakthrough allows you to confront these fears from a place of detachment, recognizing them for what they are, barriers to your growth. By acknowledging and releasing these fears, you clear the path for your breakthrough to manifest fully. Gratitude plays a powerful role in this process. As you approach this pivotal moment, maintaining a sense of gratitude helps shift your focus from what might be lacking to what is already abundant in your life. Gratitude reinforces positive energy, amplifying the forces that will carry you through the transformation ahead. The calm before the breakthrough is a gift, a reminder that the universe is aligning things in your favor, even if it feels like nothing is happening on the surface. Before any significant breakthrough, there is often a period of intense struggle. This is especially true for chosen ones, as the universe tests their resolve. The struggles you face now may feel overwhelming, touching on deep-seated fears, insecurities, and unresolved issues. But this phase is not a sign that you're on the wrong path. Rather, it is a crucial part of your evolution. The universe is refining you, stripping away the parts of yourself that no longer serve your higher purpose. Every difficulty you encounter is a lesson in disguise, a chance to develop the strength, resilience, and wisdom needed to move forward. Challenges are not obstacles. They are opportunities for growth. During this period, you may feel as though your world is falling apart. Relationships may become strained, your career might feel stagnant, or you might experience a deep sense of disconnection from your spiritual path. These feelings are common and natural. They are the universe's way of asking you to let go of your old self to make room for the new. As painful as this process may be, it is necessary for your growth. Maintaining faith in the process is crucial. When things don't go according to plan, it's easy to feel discouraged. But remember, the universe operates on a timeline that far exceeds human understanding. Trust that everything is unfolding as it should, even if it doesn't make sense right now. The struggles you are facing are shaping you into the person you need to become in order to achieve your breakthrough. Instead of viewing difficulties as setbacks, see them as opportunities for learning. Each challenge is a stepping stone on your path to transformation. Ask yourself, What is this situation teaching me? How can I grow from this? Whether it's learning to set boundaries, cultivating patience, or developing greater self-awareness, every struggle is a gift that prepares you for the breakthrough ahead. As a chosen one, your heightened sensitivity and intuition make you uniquely equipped to handle these challenges. However, this also means you may feel the weight of your struggles more acutely. It's essential to practice self-care during this time, nurturing your mind, body, and spirit so that you remain strong and focused. Meditation, journaling, and spending time in nature are powerful tools that can help you stay grounded and connected to your inner wisdom. Remember, you are never alone. The universe is always supporting you, even when it feels like you are being tested. Reach out to your spiritual guides, mentors, or like-minded individuals who can offer encouragement and guidance. Sharing your experiences with others on a similar path can provide comfort and reassurance that you are on the right track. Ultimately, the struggles you face before your breakthrough are a necessary part of your evolution. They are the crucible in which your true self is forged. By embracing these challenges with an open heart and a willingness to learn, you prepare yourself for the profound transformation that lies ahead. As you move closer to your breakthrough, one of the most powerful things you can do is surrender to the process. But let's be clear, surrendering doesn't mean giving up. It means letting go of the need to control every aspect of your journey and trusting that the universe has a plan for you. For chosen ones, this lesson can be one of the hardest to learn, but it is also one of the most essential for achieving true transformation. Surrendering is about recognizing that there is a higher intelligence at work in your life. The universe knows what you need, when you need it, and how to bring it into your life. When you surrender, you allow the universe to guide you in the direction that is best for your growth and evolution. This doesn't mean you should be passive or complacent. Quite the opposite. It means being open and receptive to the opportunities and lessons that come your way, even if they don't fit your original expectations. One of the most challenging aspects of surrendering is letting go of preconceived notions and expectations. As a chosen one, you likely have a strong vision for your life and a clear sense of what you want to achieve. While having goals is important, it's equally important to remain flexible and adaptable. The universe may have something even greater in store for you than you can currently imagine, and to receive it, you must be willing to let go of your attachments to specific outcomes. Surrendering also means releasing the need for instant gratification. We live in a world where everything moves quickly, and it's easy to become impatient when things don't happen as fast as we'd like. But true transformation takes time. The universe's timing is always perfect, even if it doesn't align with our personal desires. By embracing patience and staying committed to your path, you allow the universe to work its magic in your life. It's also important to practice surrendering to your inner guidance. As a chosen one, you have a deep connection to your intuition and higher self. Trusting this inner wisdom can help you navigate the uncertainties and challenges you face. When you listen to your inner voice, you align yourself with your true purpose and open yourself up to the breakthroughs that are meant for you. Letting go of control can be incredibly liberating. It frees you from the burden of trying to manage every detail of your life and allows you to focus on what truly matters: your personal growth and spiritual evolution. Embrace the process of surrendering as an act of faith in yourself and the universe. By doing so, you create space for miracles to unfold and invite the full potential of your breakthrough into your life. Trust and patience are essential allies on your journey toward a breakthrough. As a chosen one, there will be moments of uncertainty, times when it feels like nothing is happening, or when you're waiting for the universe to reveal its plan. In these moments, trust and patience become your greatest strengths. Trusting the process means having faith that the universe is always working in your favor, even when things seem unclear or difficult. It's about believing that every experience is part of a larger divine design. Trust that the challenges and delays you face are not setbacks, but rather opportunities for growth and preparation for your breakthrough. Building trust requires letting go of the need to control every aspect of your life. It means surrendering to the flow of the universe and accepting that things will not always happen according to your timeline or expectations. Trust that the universe's timing is always perfect, and that you are being guided toward your highest good, even if the path doesn't look the way you imagined. Patience is equally important on this journey. Major breakthroughs and transformations often take time to manifest fully. It's easy to become frustrated when progress seems slow, but patience allows you to stay grounded and focused on your long-term goals. Remember that significant change requires time to build momentum and align with the cosmic forces at play. Cultivating patience involves staying present and appreciating the journey, even when it feels arduous. Practice mindfulness and focus on the small victories you achieve along the way. Celebrate each step forward, no matter how minor it may seem, and use these moments as reminders of your growth and progress. Trust and patience also go hand in hand with maintaining a positive mindset. Your thoughts shape your reality, and your mindset plays a crucial role in manifesting your breakthrough. By staying optimistic and believing in your success, you create a powerful energy that attracts positive experiences and opportunities. In moments of doubt or frustration, remind yourself of the bigger picture and the purpose of your journey. Reflect on the lessons you've learned and the growth you've experienced. Trust that every step you take brings you closer to your breakthrough, and that your patience will be rewarded in due time. As you approach your breakthrough, it's essential to begin preparing for the next chapter of your journey. This phase involves reflection, goal setting, and envisioning the future beyond your current transformation. The breakthrough itself is not the end. It's the beginning of an entirely new level of existence. Reflect on the lessons and experiences that have brought you to this point. Acknowledge your growth and achievements, and use this reflection to gain insight into the path ahead. Consider what has worked well and what areas you'd like to continue developing. Set new goals and intentions for the next chapter of your journey. Consider how you want to build upon your breakthrough and what new aspirations you wish to pursue. Create a clear vision for your future and outline the steps needed to achieve your new objectives. As you transition from your current breakthrough, stay open to new experiences and remain adaptable as you navigate this new phase of your journey. The possibilities that lie ahead are endless, and your breakthrough is just the beginning. Celebrate your achievements and milestones along the way. Recognize the significance of your breakthrough and honor the progress you've made. Use this celebration as motivation to continue pursuing your goals and embracing the growth and transformation that await you. In this new chapter, trust that you are being guided toward a greater purpose. The universe is always working in your favor, and your breakthrough is a powerful step toward achieving your ultimate destiny. You are ready for this transformation, and the universe is ready to support you every step of the way. My friends, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more inspiring content. Together, we will continue to explore the journey of transformation and spiritual awakening step by step. What if I told you that God has a unique way of protecting those He has chosen? That no matter how difficult the journey gets, there's a divine force guiding, shielding, and ensuring that they fulfill their purpose? Today, we're going to explore the powerful ways in which God watches over His chosen ones, how He stands between them and the challenges they face, often without them even realizing it. Perhaps you've experienced moments in your life where things could have gone wrong but didn't. Or times when you felt an unseen hand leading you out of danger or pushing you forward when everything seemed against you. These are no accidents. They are signs of God's divine protection. In this video, we'll reveal the truth behind this sacred shield, how it works, and how you can recognize it in your life. If you're ready to dive deeper into God's plan for His chosen ones and discover the strength He's placed around you, don't forget to subscribe. By joining our community, you'll stay connected to powerful insights that will inspire and uplift your spiritual journey. There's more ahead, and you won't want to miss it. The Bible tells us in Zechariah 2:8, "For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath He sent me unto the nations which spoiled you, for he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of His eye." Imagine that for a moment. You are the apple of God's eye, a precious treasured possession that He guards zealously. Just as a parent instinctively shields their child from harm, God is ever vigilant over you. His eyes are always upon you, and His presence surrounds you, even when you are unaware of it. Think about the depth of this statement. Being the apple of His eye implies that you are at the center of His focus and care. It is not a casual glance or a fleeting concern. God's attention to you is intense, deliberate, and filled with love. Just as the pupil of the eye is instinctively and reflexively protected, so too does God respond to any threat or harm that comes near His beloved children. This phrase reflects an intimacy and a closeness with God that goes beyond mere observation. It speaks of a deep, abiding love and a commitment to your well-being. Moreover, being the apple of God's eye means that He sees you through a lens of grace and mercy. He understands your struggles, your fears, and your pains. He is not a distant observer, but a compassionate Father who feels your hurts and rejoices in your victories. His protection is not just about preventing physical harm. It encompasses emotional, spiritual, and psychological care as well. He guards your heart against the wounds of this world, shielding you from despair and filling you with His peace. God's protection is also proactive, not just reactive. He prepares a path ahead of you, removing obstacles and providing guidance. He whispers to your spirit, nudging you away from choices that could lead to harm and toward those that will bring you closer to Him. His word acts as a lamp unto your feet, illuminating the way forward in times of darkness. Every day, in ways both seen and unseen, He is crafting a fortress around you, a spiritual hedge that no enemy can penetrate. This divine vigilance is not only a testament to His power, but also to His love. It is a reminder that you are never truly alone, never outside of His sight, and never beyond the reach of His caring hand. No matter where you go or what challenges you face, you are always, always the apple of His eye. Life is often a series of unanswered questions. There are moments when God's ways seem mysterious, when His plans are not immediately clear. You may find yourself in a season of waiting, uncertainty, or even suffering. It's in these times that the enemy seeks to sow seeds of doubt and fear, whispering lies that you are forgotten or forsaken. During these difficult seasons, it is easy to feel lost, as if you are wandering through a dark, endless tunnel without a light to guide your path. The weight of unanswered prayers and the silence of heaven can feel like a burden too heavy to bear. You may ask, where is God in all of this? Why is He allowing me to endure such pain? These are natural human responses to suffering. Yet it is precisely in these moments of uncertainty that our faith is tested and refined, much like gold is purified in the fire. God's ways may be beyond our understanding, but His love for us is unwavering. Even when we cannot see the full picture, He sees it perfectly. He knows the beginning from the end, and He is orchestrating every detail of our lives for a purpose that is far greater than we could ever imagine. Furthermore, these times of waiting and suffering are opportunities for us to strengthen our spiritual muscles. Just as physical muscles grow stronger through resistance and strain, our faith grows stronger when we learn to rely on God in the midst of trials. The enemy would have us believe that we are alone, that God has abandoned us. But Scripture reminds us otherwise. In Deuteronomy 31:6, God promises, "I will never leave you nor forsake you." His presence is constant, even when we cannot feel it. It is in the deepest valleys of our lives that we often encounter God in the most profound ways. When all else is stripped away, and we are left with nothing but our faith, we find that God is more than enough. He meets us in our brokenness, in our confusion, and in our pain, offering comfort and peace that surpasses all understanding. These are the moments when His grace is most evident, when His strength becomes our own, and when His love becomes the anchor for our souls. So, when you find yourself in a season of unanswered questions, remember this: God is still there. He is still working. He is still loving you with an everlasting love. And while you may not understand his ways now, there will come a day when all will be made clear. Until then, hold fast to his promises, trust in his goodness, lean into his grace, and know that even in the silence, even in the waiting, he is with you, guiding you, shaping you, and preparing you for a future filled with his hope and his glory. But how do we trust God when the storms of life rage around us? When we are faced with trials that seem insurmountable? When we are walking through a valley so dark that we cannot see the way forward? The answer lies in faith, a deep, abiding trust in the goodness and faithfulness of God, even when we do not understand his ways. Faith is more than just a belief. It is an unshakable confidence in God's character and his promises. It is the firm assurance that God is who he says he is, and that he will do what he has promised, even when our circumstances seem to suggest otherwise. This kind of faith requires us to look beyond what we can see with our physical eyes and focus on the unseen reality of God's presence and power. It is about choosing to believe that God is in control, that he is working all things for our good, even when the evidence around us seems to indicate the contrary. Consider the story of Peter walking on water in the midst of a storm. When Peter kept his eyes on Jesus, he was able to do the impossible. He walked on water. But the moment he took his eyes off Jesus and focused on the wind and waves around him, he began to sink. This story illustrates a powerful truth. The key to standing firm in the storm is keeping our eyes fixed on Jesus. When we focus on him, rather than the circumstances surrounding us, we find the strength to keep going, to rise above the waves, and to move forward in faith. Furthermore, trusting God in difficult times is not a passive act. It is an active choice. It is about choosing to worship when we feel like worrying, choosing to pray when we feel like panicking, and choosing to declare God's promises over our lives when we feel like giving up. It means filling our minds and hearts with his word, allowing his truth to drown out the lies of the enemy. It is in these moments of active faith that we draw closer to God and experience his presence in deeper, more intimate ways. In addition, faith is nurtured in community. Surrounding ourselves with other believers who can encourage us, pray with us, and remind us of God's promises is vital. There is strength in numbers, and when we are surrounded by a community of faith, we are less likely to succumb to fear and doubt. We are reminded that we are not alone, that others have walked this path before us, and that God is faithful to see us through. Ultimately, trusting God in the storms of life is about placing our hope in his sovereignty and his unfailing love. It is about believing that he is with us in the boat, calming the storm within us even if the storm around us continues to rage. It is about clinging to the truth that God is good, that he is in control, and that he will carry us safely to the other side. So even when the waves crash and the winds howl, hold on to your faith. Keep your eyes on Jesus, trust in his love, and know that he is with you every step of the way. Throughout Scripture, God has given us countless promises of his protection and provision. In Isaiah 43:2, he says, "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, nor shall the flame scorch you." Notice that God does not say, "if you pass through the waters," but "when you pass through the waters." Trials are a part of life, but so is God's presence in the midst of them. This distinction is crucial. It reminds us that hardship and adversity are inevitable parts of the human experience. God never promises a life free from trouble. Rather, he promises his steadfast presence and unfailing support through every trial. The waters and fires mentioned in Isaiah 43:2 are not just metaphorical. They represent the overwhelming circumstances we all face, moments of deep distress, uncertainty, and fear. Yet God's assurance is not that we will avoid these difficulties, but that he will be with us through them, guiding us, holding us, and ensuring that we are not consumed by them. God's promises are not meant to suggest a life without pain, but a life where his presence transforms pain into purpose. When we pass through the waters, those turbulent times when we feel as if we are drowning under the weight of our burdens, He is there to lift us up, to sustain us. When we walk through the fire, those intense trials that threaten to burn away our hope and joy, He is our shield, ensuring that the flames refine rather than destroy us. His presence provides a protective barrier, a spiritual armor that shields us from ultimate harm. These promises also highlight God's intimate understanding of our human condition. He knows our fears, our weaknesses, and our tendency to despair when faced with adversity. He doesn't merely offer vague reassurances. He speaks directly to our most profound fears, promising not just survival, but safety in His presence. He knows that the waters and fires of life can make us feel vulnerable and exposed, but He assures us that we are never truly alone or unprotected. God's promises are both a source of comfort and a call to action. They comfort us in knowing that we are not alone in our struggles. At the same time, they call us to actively trust in His provision and to seek His presence in every circumstance. His promise is not a guarantee of a trouble-free life, but a life where His grace, mercy, and protection are constantly at work. As we pass through the waters and walk through the fire, we are called to remember that God is always at our side, making a way where there seems to be no way, and turning our trials into testimonies of His unending love and faithfulness. There is a profound peace that comes from learning to rest in God's sovereignty. To rest is not to be inactive, but rather to place your trust in God's perfect plan and timing. It is to release your need for control and surrender to the one who holds the universe in His hands. It is to believe that God is working all things together for your good, even when the outcome is not yet visible. Resting in God's sovereignty means acknowledging that His wisdom is far greater than ours. It is understanding that His perspective encompasses all of time and space, and that He sees the entirety of our lives, from beginning to end, while we see only a small part. When we rest in God's sovereignty, we trust that He knows what is best for us, even when we cannot comprehend it. It's about relinquishing our desires to dictate the terms of our lives and embracing the reality that God's plans are infinitely more beautiful and beneficial than anything we could imagine for ourselves. Resting in God's sovereignty is also a profound act of faith. It means choosing to see God's hand at work in every situation, even when the situation appears bleak. It means finding contentment in the waiting periods, knowing that God is using these times to mold us, to shape our character, and to prepare us for what lies ahead. Just as a farmer waits patiently for the seed to grow after planting, so too must we learn to wait for God's plans to unfold, trusting that every season has its purpose. Moreover, to rest in God's sovereignty is to find peace in His promises. The Bible is filled with assurances that God is in control, that He is working all things for the good of those who love Him. This truth allows us to release our grip on life and trust that He is orchestrating every detail according to His divine purpose. It's recognizing that our lives are not random or accidental, but carefully crafted by a loving Creator who has a plan for each of us. This rest also brings freedom. Freedom from the burden of trying to control outcomes or fix every problem. Freedom from the anxiety that comes from feeling like everything depends on us. When we rest in God's sovereignty, we are liberated from the need to have all the answers. We are free to live with a light heart, knowing that God is carrying the weight of our worries and guiding us along the path He has set before us. Ultimately, resting in God's sovereignty means trusting that He is good, that He is faithful, and that He is unchanging. It is a commitment to hold fast to His promises and to trust that He is working all things according to His perfect will, even when we cannot see the full picture. This rest brings a profound peace that transcends understanding, a peace that guards our hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. It is a peace that comes from knowing that, come what may, our lives are securely held in the hands of a loving and sovereign God. Faith is not passive, it is active and alive. It requires a response. When you find yourself in a situation that seems impossible, choose to act in faith. Speak God's promises over your life. Declare His word over your circumstances. Refuse to give in to fear and doubt. Remember, faith is not the absence of fear. It is the courage to move forward in spite of it. Faith is a powerful force that transforms our lives and circumstances. It is not a mere wishful thinking or blind optimism, but a confident assurance in God's character and His promises. True faith compels us to step out of our comfort zones and take bold actions, even when we cannot see the entire path ahead. It is believing that God is who He says He is and will do what He has promised, regardless of our current situation or the challenges we face. Faith also involves speaking life into our circumstances. The Bible teaches us that the tongue has the power of life and death. By declaring God's promises over our lives, we align our words with His truth, allowing His power to flow through us. When we speak words of faith, we activate the spiritual authority that God has given us, and we set into motion the promises of God. This act of declaring His word is not just about positive thinking. It is about proclaiming the reality of God's kingdom over the temporary reality of our situation. Faith is also about taking practical steps that align with what we believe. If we are believing God for a breakthrough, we must prepare for it as though it is already on its way. For example, if we are praying for a job, we don't sit idly by. We update our resume, apply for positions, and prepare for interviews. If we are trusting God for healing, we speak words of health and wholeness over our bodies. We pursue wisdom in our lifestyle choices, and we may even seek medical counsel, all while trusting that ultimate healing comes from Him. Faith, therefore, is dynamic and involves our whole being, our thoughts, words, and actions. It calls us to be fully engaged, to step into the unknown with confidence, knowing that God is with us. It is about trusting God's promises more than we trust our fears. And even when fear and doubt arise, as they inevitably will, faith gives us the courage to keep moving forward, one step at a time, trusting that God is leading us, guiding us, and providing for us every step of the way. So when you face a mountain that seems too high to climb, remember that faith is the key to moving it. When you encounter a storm that threatens to capsize your boat, remember that faith is the anchor that holds you steady. And when you feel overwhelmed by the trials of life, remember that faith is the light that leads you out of the darkness. Choose to act in faith today. Trust in God's promises, declare His truth over your life, and move forward with the assurance that God is with you, guiding your steps and preparing the way. One of the most challenging aspects of faith is waiting on God's timing. We live in an instant gratification culture, but God operates on a different timeline. His timing is perfect, and He is never in a hurry. When you find yourself in a season of waiting, remember that God is not withholding from you, but preparing you for what lies ahead. There is a work being done in your character, in your spirit, and in your understanding of who God is. Waiting on God's timing requires patience and trust, two qualities that are often in short supply in our fast-paced world. In a society where we are accustomed to quick fixes and immediate results, waiting can feel frustrating and even painful. We want our prayers answered now, our problems solved today, and our dreams fulfilled tomorrow. Yet God's process is often slower and more deliberate, designed to accomplish more profound and lasting changes in our lives. The waiting period is not a time of inactivity, but rather a critical time of preparation, growth, and transformation. During these seasons of waiting, God is shaping our hearts and refining our spirits. Just as gold is refined in the fire, so too are our faith and character, refined through periods of waiting and uncertainty. God uses these times to strip away our dependence on things that are not of Him and to deepen our reliance on His strength and provision. It is in the waiting that we learn to trust God's goodness, even when we don't understand His methods or see immediate results. Waiting also fosters gratitude. When we finally receive what we have been praying for, after a period of waiting, we appreciate it more deeply. We recognize it as a gift from God, not something we earned or achieved on our own. The joy of receiving is amplified because it is coupled with the growth and maturity that developed during the waiting period. This gratitude further enriches our relationship with God, as we see more clearly His hand at work in our lives. Ultimately, waiting on God is an exercise in trusting His character. It is about believing that God is good, that He is for us, and that His plans for us are better than anything we could plan for ourselves. It is about surrendering our timeline to His and believing that He knows the desires of our hearts better than we do. It is about resting in the assurance that those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. This kind of waiting is not passive but active, filled with hope and expectation, knowing that in God's perfect timing, all things will come to pass for our good and His glory. So, when you find yourself in a season of waiting, do not be discouraged. Remember that God is at work, both in the seen and unseen, crafting something beautiful out of your waiting. Trust that He is preparing you for something greater than you could ever imagine, and that in His time, He will fulfill His promises to you in ways that far exceed your expectations. As we've explored today, God's protection over His chosen ones is profound, intimate, and unwavering. He guards us not just from physical dangers, but also from the unseen forces that seek to harm our souls. His love surrounds us like a shield, and His promises are a refuge we can always run to. Whether you are walking through a season of joy or facing a storm that feels unending, remember this: God is with you. He sees you. He values you as the apple of His eye. Trust in His protection and lean into His promises. When you feel alone or overwhelmed, turn to His word and remind yourself that He is your deliverer and your strength. His plans for you are good, and He is working behind the scenes, even when you can't see it. Take a moment to reflect on the ways God has been faithful to you in the past, and let that give you confidence for the future. Know that as one of His chosen, you are under His divine covering. He will never leave you nor forsake you. So, stand firm in your faith, hold on to His promises, and let His peace, which surpasses all understanding, guard your heart and mind. Thank you for joining us today. If this message has touched your heart, please like this video and share it with someone who might need to hear this truth. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more encouraging content like this. Let us know in the comments how God has protected you or what topics you'd like us to cover in future videos. Remember, you are loved, you are chosen, and you are always under God's mighty protection. Stay blessed, and see you in the next video. There's a powerful shift happening in the world right now. For some, this change is subtle, a quiet sense that something profound is unfolding. For others, it's a clear and undeniable calling. If you're watching this, chances are you felt it too, an inner pull toward something greater, something beyond the ordinary flow of life. In this video, we're uncovering 10 signs that may confirm you are one of those chosen to help usher in the new earth. These signs aren't random. They're invitations for you to step into a higher purpose, one that aligns with the transformation happening across the planet. As we explore these signs together, take a moment to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future content that will guide and support you on this path. This community is here for you as you embrace your role in this powerful awakening. Now, let's dive in and discover what the universe might be revealing to you. Sign number 1. Unwavering authenticity, the truth bearer. In a world where superficiality and pretense have become second nature to many, your authentic self stands as a glow of truth. You find it impossible to wear the masks that so many people around you seem to don effortlessly. Even in moments where it would be easier to blend in, you remain unshakably true to yourself. Imagine a gathering where everyone seems to agree on a common opinion, nodding along in comfortable complacency. While others are content with surface-level discussions, your essence demands depth. You voice a different perspective, not out of rebellion, but because your heart compels you to speak the truth. This honesty can sometimes unsettle those around you, but it also sparks meaningful conversations, inviting others to look deeper, question more, and perhaps unveil their own hidden truths. This unwavering authenticity is more than just a personality trait. It is your spiritual armor. It protects you in a world where falsehoods are the norm. Like a seasoned navigator who can discern the North Star even in a clouded sky, you can detect deception with acute clarity. Your presence, rooted in truth, becomes a mirror, revealing the veils that others have placed over their own souls. While this might make some uncomfortable, it is also an invitation, a sacred calling, for others to shed their masks and live more authentically. Your path may feel lonely at times, as the price of authenticity is often solitude. However, this solitude is your strength. It is the very force that empowers you to walk a path of truth, integrity, and clarity in a world that is often lost in illusion. Each step you take in authenticity is a step toward building the new earth, where transparency and sincerity will reign, where hearts will speak to hearts without fear. Your unwavering authenticity is not just a gift to yourself, it is the torch that lights the way for others. It is a testament to the power of living in alignment with the elemental forces of truth, love, and integrity. The new earth is calling for souls like you to show that living truthfully is not a relic of a bygone era, but the very foundation of a new world. Sign number 2, a soul-driven thirst for more, the seeker of depth. For as long as you can remember, you've sensed an undeniable presence just beneath the surface of everyday life, as if the world is filled with hidden layers waiting to be discovered. While those around you often seem content with the familiar rhythm of daily existence, following the steady path laid out by society, pursuing material success, and finding comfort in predictable routines, you've always felt an unshakable longing for something more. It's not that you reject these aspects of life, rather, you feel they are only the tip of the iceberg, obscuring a vast ocean of deeper truths. This longing isn't a fleeting curiosity or a passing fancy. It's a soul-driven compulsion that pushes you beyond the veil of the ordinary. It's as if your spirit is magnetically drawn toward the mysteries of existence, toward wisdom buried in the ancient and forgotten. Your free time is often spent exploring books, documentaries, or spiritual practices that deepen your understanding of the cosmos and your place within it. While others might unwind with entertainment that distracts, you seek content that enlightens. This relentless quest sets you apart from those around you. While many build their homes within the confines of the known, you are constantly charting new territories, guided by your inner compass. Your spirit is restless, not because you are unfulfilled, but because you are attuned to the vastness of the universe, sensing that what lies beyond the horizon is infinitely more profound than anything you've encountered thus far. You are not merely a seeker, you are a pioneer, and in your pursuit, you inspire others to wake up to their own potential. By following your inner call, you are laying down the tracks for others to follow, expanding the collective consciousness of humanity. The new earth requires spirit brave enough to venture into the unknown, to question deeply, and to continually strive for wisdom. Your unquenchable thirst for more is not a sign of dissatisfaction, but a beacon for those who have yet to awaken, inviting them to join you in exploring the vast mysteries of life. Sign number 3, embracing challenges with courage. The alchemist of life. Challenges are an inevitable part of life, woven into the very fabric of our existence. They arrive in many forms, sometimes subtle and fleeting, other times immense and overwhelming, but they are inescapable. While many may view them as obstacles to happiness or disruptions to the status quo, you have come to recognize challenges as far more than mere inconveniences. For you, challenges are sacred opportunities for growth, transformation, and enlightenment. They are the stepping stones on the path of spiritual evolution, each one carrying with it the potential to awaken deeper wisdom and inner strength. When adversity strikes, You don't cower or succumb to despair. Instead, you view each challenge as a divine crucible, designed to refine your spirit and reveal your true strength. For example, when faced with the loss of a job or a failed relationship, rather than sinking into fear or hopelessness, you see it as an opportunity to realign with your true purpose. You are willing to pivot, to take risks, and to transform what others might see as defeat into victory. This goes beyond resilience. It's the sacred art of alchemy. You possess the unique ability to transform obstacles into stepping stones on your path to enlightenment. These challenges strip away the unnecessary, leaving behind only your pure essence. You emerge stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your higher self. But your journey of overcoming adversity is not just for you. Every challenge you meet and overcome serves as a flame of hope for others. Your scars become maps, showing those who are lost in their own darkness that healing and wholeness are possible. In this way, your personal victories become signposts for others on the spiritual path, guiding them toward their own awakening. The new earth is a realm where challenges are not seen as punishments but as divine catalysts for growth. Your ability to face difficulties with courage, resilience, and an open heart makes you a trailblazer. You are not only ascending toward your own higher self, but you are also elevating the consciousness of the entire planet. Sign number 4. A trailblazer lighting the way. The way shower of souls. Your journey has been marked by countless trials and tribulations, but none of it has been in vain. Each challenge you've encountered, each hardship you've endured, has served a greater purpose. These experiences, though difficult, have been molding and shaping you, preparing you for a higher calling. You were never meant to walk an ordinary path. Instead, you have been called to serve as a guide, a way shower, and a trailblazer for others who are still searching for their own truths. Every step you've taken, every lesson you've learned, has equipped you to be a beacon of light for those navigating the same rough terrain you've already crossed. As you walk this path, you lay down stepping stones for those who will follow in your footsteps. You are not merely overcoming challenges for yourself, you are paving the way for others. With every obstacle you've conquered, you've gained wisdom that is meant to be shared. You are a pioneer, cutting through the fog of uncertainty and confusion, lighting the way for those who might still be lost in their own awakening. Your journey, though deeply personal, carries a collective purpose. The insights you've gathered along the way are not just personal victories, they are sacred tools meant to unlock the potential within others, guiding them toward their own transformation and enlightenment. Consider the times when someone has come to you for advice, and you've been able to offer guidance that goes beyond surface-level understanding. This wisdom you share comes not from books or external sources, but from the well of your own soul, wisdom forged in the fires of your own experiences. You've become a living testament to the fact that no matter how dark or difficult the journey may seem, there is always a way forward. In the new earth, your role as a trailblazer is pivotal. The spiritual evolution of humanity depends on spirit like yours, who are willing to walk through the fire, not just for themselves, but for the collective. Your hardships have not been mere personal struggles. They have been communal victories, contributing to the ascension of the entire planet. Your life is a beacon of possibility, showing that even in the darkest moments, there is always radiance to guide the way. As you continue to blaze this trail, you are creating a path for future generations, ensuring that their journey is less treacherous and more filled with the wisdom and insights you've gained. You are not just living for yourself, you are living for the collective soul of humanity. Sign number 5. A relentless quest for truth, the seeker of hidden wisdom. For you, the pursuit of truth is not just an intellectual exercise, it is a sacred duty. Your essence is driven by an unyielding desire to uncover the core truths that underpin existence, no matter how uncomfortable or challenging they may be. You are not content with surface-level answers. When a controversial topic arises, or when misinformation spreads, you find yourself compelled to dig deeper, to research, to question, and to seek understanding beyond the superficial. You are a seeker, not just of knowledge, but of wisdom, the deeper truths that have been buried beneath layers of illusion and deceit. This quest for truth requires courage, for it often means dismantling long-held beliefs, questioning societal structures, and challenging the status quo. It can be a lonely path, as not everyone is willing or ready to face the truths that you uncover. Yet you persevere because you know that the pursuit of truth is not just about personal enlightenment. It is about contributing to the collective awakening of humanity. The new earth is being built on a foundation of truth, integrity, and wisdom. Your relentless quest for truth is not just a personal journey. It is a vital part of this new paradigm. By seeking and embodying truth in every aspect of your life, you are helping to lay the bricks of a world where authenticity, transparency, and integrity are the cornerstones of existence. You are a way shower, a torchbearer in the dark night of the soul, guiding humanity toward a future where truth is not only sought but lived in every word, action, and intention. Your quest for truth is not a destination. It is a lifelong commitment to the evolution of consciousness. And with every step you take toward uncovering deeper truths, you are contributing to the creation of a new world, one built on the solid ground of wisdom and understanding. Sign number 6, the black sheep, a sacred outsider. For much of your life, you felt like the black sheep, the outsider, the one who just didn't fit in. Whether it was with your family, your friends, or society at large, you've always sensed that your way of seeing the world was different from those around you. While others might find comfort in tradition, in following the well-worn paths of societal norms, you've always felt a calling to walk a different path, one that resonates more deeply with your inner being. You may have faced misunderstanding, judgment, or even rejection because of your choices, but deep down, you know that this divergence is not a flaw, it is your strength. At family gatherings, you might find yourself disengaged from conversations about material success or conventional milestones. Instead, you are more likely to be sharing your latest adventure in a remote eco-village or discussing your discoveries in ancient spiritual teachings. Your interests and life choices may seem odd or eccentric to those around you, but this is because you are tuned to a different frequency, a frequency that resonates with the whispers of the universe, the secrets of the stars. Being the black sheep is not a curse, it is a blessing. It is a sign that you are meant to be a catalyst for change, a harbinger of the new earth. While others may be content to follow the crowd, you are called to lead, to break free from the herd mentality and chart a new course. Your path may be one of solitude, but it is also one of profound spiritual growth. In this solitude, you find clarity, strength, and purpose. You are able to reflect deeply on the nature of existence, to see beyond the veils that obscure the vision of others. You perceive not just with your senses, but with your soul, discerning the essence of all that is. This ability to see beyond the surface is what sets you apart, and it is also what makes you a vital force in the creation of the new earth. Your role as the black sheep is to be a guide for others who feel lost in the sea of sameness. By standing firm in your authenticity, by walking your own path without apology, you are showing others that it is possible to live a life of truth, even in a world that often values conformity over individuality. You are a leader, a way shower, and a guide for those who are still searching for their own path. Sign number 7, innate goodness and compassion, the heart of the new earth. At the core of your being lies a wellspring of compassion, kindness, and empathy that radiates out into the world. This is not the superficial goodness that seeks approval or recognition, but a deep intrinsic drive to uplift others, to heal, and to serve. Your heart is vast and boundless, encompassing not just your loved ones, but strangers, animals, and even those who have wronged you. You understand that all life is interconnected, and your actions are guided by this profound awareness. When others turn a blind eye to suffering, while others may seek revenge, you offer forgiveness, extending your hand in kindness. This boundless empathy is your compass, guiding you through life with a sense of purpose and direction. You are not easily swayed by the cynicism and indifference that often pervade the world. Instead, you remain steadfast in your commitment to do what is right, to act with integrity, and to serve the highest good. In the new earth, this innate goodness is not a rare quality. It is the foundation upon which the new paradigm is being built. You are living proof that kindness, compassion, and love are not weaknesses, but the most powerful agents of change. Your ability to see the divine spark in everyone, to act with love even in the face of adversity, is a testament to the strength of your spirit. By embodying these qualities, you are helping to recalibrate the moral compass of humanity. You are showing the world that it is possible to live a life of love, empathy, and compassion in a world that often values self-interest and material gain. Your innate goodness is not just a personal trait. It is a cornerstone of the new earth, a world where love reigns supreme and the well-being of all is prioritized. Sign number 8, the natural giver, a well of generosity. You are a natural giver, someone who finds joy and fulfillment in offering your time, energy, and resources to others. This giving is not born out of obligation or expectation of reward. It is a pure expression of your love for humanity and your understanding of the interconnectedness of all life. Whether it's offering a listening ear to a friend in need, volunteering your time for a cause you believe in, or simply being there for someone without asking for anything in return, your generosity knows no bounds. You give freely, without hesitation, because you understand that in giving, you are also receiving. In every act of kindness, you reaffirm the truth that we are all one, that what we give to others, we give to ourselves. In the new earth, this spirit of generosity is not just a noble trait, it is the very foundation of the new paradigm. The world you are helping to create is one where the well-being of the community is prioritized over individual gain, where the success of one is celebrated as the success of all. Your natural inclination to give is not just a personal virtue, it is a vital part of the new world being born. By giving of yourself so selflessly, you are weaving the fabric of a new reality, one where love, kindness, and compassion are the currencies that bind us all together. Your generosity is a powerful force, creating ripples of positive change that extend far beyond the immediate impact of your actions. You are helping to build a world where giving is not the exception, but the rule. Sign number 9, a profound inner knowing, the wisdom of an old soul. There is a depth to your being that is unmistakable. You carry within you the wisdom of ages, a profound inner knowing that resonates at the core of your soul. This is not just intuition or a fleeting sense of déjà vu. It is the wisdom of an old soul, a soul that has walked this earth many times before. Your inner knowing guides you through life like an internal compass, always pointing you toward the truth, toward what is real and meaningful. You sense the energy that flows beneath the surface of reality, perceiving connections and truths that others might overlook. It is as if you are tuned into a higher frequency, receiving information and insights from the collective consciousness, the very fabric of the universe. This profound understanding is not just a gift for yourself, it is a gift for the world. Your presence offers solace, guidance, and wisdom to those who are still struggling to navigate the complexities of life. You are a sanctuary of peace and understanding in a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain. In the new earth, your role as a wise soul is to help others remember their own eternal nature. You are a bridge between worlds, a custodian of ancient wisdom, and a guide for those who are seeking to reconnect with the divine. Your inner knowing is not just a personal gift, it is a sacred duty to nurture the seeds of the new earth, ensuring they take root and flourish in the fertile ground of awakened consciousness. Sign number 10. Unjustified dislike from others, a catalyst for transformation. One of the most challenging aspects of being a chosen one is the unjustified dislike you may encounter from others. This goes beyond mere personality clashes or misunderstandings. It is a visceral reaction, often unconscious, from those who sense the vibrational discrepancy between your light and the shadows they harbor within themselves. Your presence, brimming with love, empathy, and a deep desire for harmony, acts as a mirror, reflecting back to others the parts of themselves they may not be ready to confront. This reflection can evoke discomfort, envy, or even animosity in those who are still wrestling with their own inner darkness. But this unjustified dislike is not a burden. It is a badge of honor. It is a sign that you are fulfilling your role as a catalyst for transformation. Your presence challenges the status quo, disrupts outdated paradigms, and calls forth a higher level of consciousness in those around you. You possess the strength, the wisdom, and the compassion to not only withstand these reactions but to transmute them into opportunities for growth, both for yourself and for others. In the new earth, this ability to hold space for others, even in the face of their animosity, is a vital part of the collective healing process. Your radiance is essential to the evolution of humanity, even if it is not always appreciated or understood by those who are still on their own journey toward awakening. As we come to the end of these 10 signs, take a moment to reflect on how they resonate with your journey. Each of these signs is a call for you to embrace your uniqueness, your inner knowing, and the role you're meant to play in the creation of the new earth. You're not here by accident. Your presence is part of a greater purpose, a movement toward higher consciousness and deeper connection. If these signs spoke to you, remember, this path is one of continual growth and discovery. You're not walking it alone. By subscribing to this channel, you're joining a community of like-minded souls who are here to support, uplift, and inspire one another. So if you haven't yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications. Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how these signs have shown up in your life. And of course, share this video with others who might be seeking guidance on their own journey. Together we are building the new earth. Your shine matters, and the world needs what you have to offer. Keep shining brightly. Until next time, stay true to your path, and remember, you are chosen. In a world often shrouded in uncertainty and chaos, there are those who stand as beacons of light, individuals who seem to carry within them a profound connection to something greater than the mundane existence most experience. Have you ever felt this deep connection to the universe, a sense of purpose that transcends ordinary life? Throughout history, certain individuals have not only been chosen, but have demonstrated extraordinary power and influence among their peers. These are the most powerful chosen ones, marked not merely by their spiritual status, but also by their profound connection to a divine source and an unwavering commitment to their mission. Today, we explore 9 signs that you stand out as one of the most powerful chosen ones. These signs are not just indicators of spiritual status. They reveal a profound alignment with the universe's greater plan, a calling that echoes through the very fabric of your being. As you read through these signs, reflect on your journey, your experiences, and the subtle, yet powerful ways in which the divine has shaped your path. Sign number 1, the crucible of hardship, fortification through fire. The first and perhaps most telling sign that you are among the chosen is your experience of extraordinary hardship. These challenges are not merely obstacles. They are essential catalysts in your spiritual awakening and the development of profound self-resilience. Your journey through life has likely been marked by significant trials, moments of deep pain, and overwhelming adversity. These are not random occurrences, but are part of the divine's plan to forge you into a vessel strong enough to carry out your mission. Consider the moments when you faced overwhelming adversity, perhaps a personal loss that seemed insurmountable, or a professional failure that left you doubting your path. These hardships did more than test your strength. They stripped away the superficial layers of your being, compelling you to confront and embrace your deeper self. It was in these moments of vulnerability and reconstruction that you found your true power emerging, not just intact but transformed. This transformation is not merely about recovery, it is about revolutionizing your perspective and approach to life. As you went through these trials, you developed a resilience that goes beyond mere endurance. you cultivated a wisdom and inner strength that now guide you, allowing you to lead and inspire others who might still be in the throes of their battles. Your journey through hardship has thus shaped you into a spiritual guide, someone who has not only walked through the fire, but who can also light the way for others. Each challenge you have overcome maps out a path for those who will follow, proving that the deepest wounds can forge the strongest warriors. This resilience is a testament to your capacity to transform pain into power, and it marks you as a chosen one equipped to elevate not just your own spirit, but the collective soul of humanity. In every trial, you are not just surviving, you are thriving, growing stronger, and more aligned with your divine purpose. Sign number 2, rapid spiritual downloads. The lightning of insight. Another profound sign that you are one of the chosen is your history of rapid spiritual downloads, sudden, profound insights that arrive unexpectedly, deepening your understanding of the universe and your place within it. These are not mere moments of clarity, but transformative revelations that reshape your spiritual path and accelerate your growth. Unlike ordinary thoughts or ideas, these downloads are infused with a sense of urgency and certainty, guiding you toward your higher purpose. You might recall times when these insights struck like lightning, while walking in nature, in the quiet moments before sleep, or amidst the chaos of everyday life. Suddenly, you understood complex spiritual concepts without prior study or guidance, or you intuitively knew the direction in which you needed to move. These downloads are not random. They are tailored to your journey, provided at critical junctures to guide and propel you forward. These intuitive insights often come with an overwhelming sense of certainty. They have influenced your life path by affirming your decisions, directing your actions, and sometimes radically altering your course. For instance, perhaps a sudden insight led you to pursue a path of healing, not just for yourself, but for others, or it might have prompted you to leave a seemingly secure career for one that felt more aligned with your soul's purpose. The significance of these downloads lies in their timing and their impact. They equip you with the wisdom and knowledge necessary to undertake tasks that serve a higher purpose, ensuring that you are not just following your path, but also becoming a beacon for others. These moments of profound insight confirm that your experiences are not random, but are part of a larger plan, marking you as a chosen one, someone entrusted with bringing light to the dark corners of human experience. Your capacity to receive and integrate these rapid spiritual downloads is a clear indicator of your role as a spiritual guide, tasked with the profound responsibility of elevating collective consciousness. Each download not only enriches your understanding, but also prepares you to disseminate this newfound knowledge, further validating your significant place in this spiritual evolution. Sign number 3, mastery over personal boundaries, stewarding your sacred space. One of the most critical signs that you are among the chosen is your mastery over personal boundaries, a skill that protects your energy and focuses your efforts on spiritual growth. Aware of the profound journey you are on, you understand that maintaining these boundaries is not just about saying no to others, but about affirming your path and purpose. This mastery is not merely a defensive mechanism. It is a proactive strategy for preserving your spiritual integrity and ensuring that your energy remains aligned with your higher calling. Consider how in your daily life you've had to make tough decisions about whom to spend time with, what projects to undertake, and where to allocate your energies. These decisions are influenced by an innate understanding that not all relationships or activities serve your higher calling. For instance, you might have distanced yourself from those whose energy feels draining or misaligned with your values, or perhaps you've declined opportunities that, while lucrative or prestigious, would divert you from your spiritual pursuits. The impact of these boundaries extends beyond mere self-preservation. They are instrumental in creating a life that is not cluttered with distractions, but is instead aligned with your true purpose. This alignment allows you to remain centered even in tumultuous times and keeps your spiritual journey on course. It also enables you to engage more deeply and meaningfully with those who truly resonate with your path, fostering relationships that are supportive and enriching. Moreover, Your ability to maintain strong personal boundaries often serves as a model for others, teaching them the importance of self-respect and the courage to prioritize personal well-being and spiritual growth. This aspect of your journey not only highlights your strength, but also underscores your role as a guide and protector of your own soul's mission. Thus, your mastery of personal boundaries is not a barrier, but a gateway, ensuring that every step you take is measured and meaningful. It signifies a profound understanding of your needs and a commitment to safeguarding your spiritual integrity. This discipline is essential for anyone on a path of deep spiritual significance, marking you as a steward of your own destiny, wisely managing the energies that flow through and around you. By setting and maintaining these boundaries, you create a sacred space where your spiritual practices can flourish, free from the distractions and influences that might otherwise lead you astray. Sign number 4. The lone wolf. Solitude as a sacred strategy. Another defining trait of the chosen ones is their inclination to be perceived as a lone wolf, a trait that not only defines your social interactions, but profoundly shapes your spiritual journey. Your solitary nature allows for deep introspection and an uncompromised spiritual practice, serving as a cornerstone in your mission to evolve and enlighten, not just yourself, but those around you. This characteristic manifests in your daily life as a preference for solitude in moments that others might seek company. Consider how, during social gatherings, you find yourself drifting away from small talk to reflect on deeper, more meaningful topics. Or perhaps in your professional environment, you are the individual who lunches alone, using this time to disconnect from the noise and reconnect with your inner self. Being a lone wolf serves your spiritual development by providing the space and silence necessary for your inner voice to become clear and potent. It is in these quiet moments that the distractions of the external world fade, allowing you to delve into the depths of your spiritual practice without interference. This independence is crucial for maintaining the purity of your spiritual insights and ensuring that your practices are aligned with your true self, free from the influence and biases of others. Your path of solitude is not a sign of disconnection, but a deliberate choice that enables you to preserve your energy and focus it on your spiritual growth. This aspect of your personality often intrigues and inspires others, drawing them to you not in spite of your solitude, but because of the profound peace and certainty it represents. Being seen as a lone wolf is not merely a social descriptor, but a significant spiritual strategy. It highlights your commitment to personal growth and the disciplined pursuit of enlightenment. As you navigate this path, you become a beacon for those seeking to understand how solitude can serve as a powerful tool in one's spiritual arsenal, teaching by example that true strength and wisdom often come from within. Your solitary nature is not an isolation from the world, but a deep connection with the inner realms of your soul, where the most profound spiritual insights and revelations are born. Sign number 5. A strong sense of mission and purpose. The divine directive. A strong sense of mission and purpose is another unmistakable sign that you are among the chosen ones. This is not a vague or fleeting feeling, but a clear and compelling directive that guides your actions and aligns with the broader spiritual needs of humanity. You are not drifting through life. You are driven by a profound understanding of your role in the cosmic play, a role that extends beyond personal ambitions to address the spiritual evolution of the collective. In your daily life, this mission manifests in choices that may seem unconventional to others. Perhaps you've chosen a career that prioritizes impact over income, like working for nonprofit organizations focused on healing the planet or fostering spiritual growth in communities. Or maybe you're an artist whose work is dedicated to awakening deeper consciousness through visual or musical expressions. These are not random decisions, but are deeply aligned with your soul's calling, designed to resonate with and uplift others on their spiritual journeys. Your strong sense of mission provides a steadfast focus and direction, making it easier for you to navigate life's challenges. This clarity allows you to make sacrifices that others might not understand, prioritizing your spiritual goals over more worldly or immediate gains. It is this dedication, that not only defines your path, but also serves as an inspiration to others, showing them the power of living a life aligned with a greater purpose. Your mission is intrinsically linked to the spiritual needs of humanity. In a world rife with materialism and existential disconnection, your commitment to spiritual values and practices offers a beacon of hope and a roadmap for others seeking depth and meaning in their lives. This alignment ensures that every step you take not only furthers your personal enlightenment, but also contributes to a collective awakening. As a chosen one, your purpose is not merely to advance your spiritual journey, but to help guide and uplift the spiritual evolution of others. Your sense of mission is a divine directive, a call to action that compels you to move forward with confidence and conviction, knowing that your work is not just important, but essential to the greater good of humanity. Sign number 6. Clear visions and prophetic dreams. A glimpse beyond the veil. One of the most mystical and powerful signs that you are among the chosen ones is your experience of clear visions or prophetic dreams. These are not mere dreams, but profound glimpses into your soul's journey across time, offering guidance and confirmation of your path. You are not just moving forward. You are being led by the wisdom of ages, the echoes of past lives, and the unveiling of future possibilities. Think of waking from a dream where you were a healer in a distant past, using herbs and words to mend physical and spiritual wounds. Such a vision isn't random. It's a message, a piece of your spiritual lineage resurfacing to remind you of your healing abilities that can be applied in today's world. Or perhaps you see a future where societies are built on principles of empathy and spiritual connection, visions that fuel your current endeavors towards social justice or community healing. These visionary experiences provide unique insights into your role in the cosmic continuum. They reassure you that your actions are aligned with a larger divine blueprint. Each vision acts as a compass, steering you through life's tumultuous seas with the confidence that you are fulfilling a role ordained by the spiritual realms. These visions are instrumental in your development and effectiveness as a spiritual guide. They offer concrete examples of how to apply ancient wisdom in modern contexts, bridging time and space to heal present wounds. They also furnish you with a profound sense of purpose and urgency, as you are not only working to mend the now, but also to shape the future. Your ability to see beyond the present, to recall past lives and envision future possibilities, is not just a sign of your spiritual acuity. It is a tool and a testament to your significant role as a chosen one. These visions confirm that you are on the right path, tasked with carrying forward the lessons of the past and the hopes of the future, weaving them into the fabric of today's world. Sign number 7. The gift of transformation, influencing and empowering others. A powerful and unmistakable sign of being a chosen one is your innate capability to influence and transform others, a profound gift that sets you apart. You wield the power not just to explore your own spiritual path, but to act as a catalyst for change in those around you. Your presence, words, and actions resonate deeply, often leaving a transformative impact on others. Your influence manifests in various aspects of daily life. Consider the times when your simple advice or insights have changed the course of someone's decisions, steering them toward healthier or more fulfilling paths. Or recall the moments when your mere presence in a room has shifted its energy, uplifting spirits and inspiring hope. These are not coincidences, but reflections of your profound ability to affect change. This transformative influence is especially visible in the testimonials of those whose lives you've touched. Maybe a friend credits you with their newfound courage to pursue their dreams, or a colleague points to your example as the reason they embraced a more ethical way of living. Each story is a testament to the ripple effect of your actions and the spiritual force that you embody. Moreover, your ability to inspire transformation in others is not merely about altering their current state, but about helping them access their own potential. It's as if you unlock a door they've been unable to open themselves, allowing them to step into a fuller, more authentic version of their lives. This capability is both a gift and a responsibility, requiring you to be mindful of the power you hold and to use it wisely, nurturing growth and fostering positive change wherever you go. Your transformative power is a hallmark of the chosen ones, reflecting your deep connection to the divine and your role in the collective awakening. By influencing and empowering others, you extend the reach of your spiritual journey, creating a ripple effect that touches countless lives and contributes to the overall elevation of human consciousness. Sign number 8. Synchronicities and alignments. The universe's subtle guidance. Another sign that you are among the chosen is your frequent experience of synchronicities and alignments, meaningful coincidences that appear to guide your path. These are not random events but cosmic signals tailored for you, confirming that your journey is aligned with a higher purpose. Each synchronicity is a nod from the universe, a whisper that you are exactly where you need to be, doing precisely what you are meant to do. In your daily life, these synchronicities might manifest as unexpectedly meeting someone who can help you with a current project or stumbling upon a book that addresses the very questions you've been pondering. Consider the times when you've thought of someone only to receive a call from them moments later, or when you've arrived somewhere just in time to witness something that felt like it was meant for your eyes only. These moments are your personal signs, designed to steer you and reassure you on your path. They are markers of divine timing, showing you that your actions are supported by the spiritual energies that govern the universe. They often come when doubts creep in or when decisions loom large, serving as affirmations or guiding lights. Recognizing and understanding these signs can significantly influence both your spiritual and everyday life, enhancing your decision-making and giving you confidence in the steps you choose to take. These synchronicities also play a crucial role in your interactions with others, leading to impactful connections and opportunities that are not just beneficial for your personal growth, but also for fulfilling your mission to guide and uplift others. Each alignment is a thread in your life, woven by hands unseen, to support and enhance your journey toward your highest spiritual potential. Your frequent experiences of synchronicities are not just strokes of luck, but are profound, orchestrated elements of your spiritual path, highlighting your deep connection with the universe and its mysterious guiding force. Sign number 9. Profound connection with the divine. Walking in the light. The most significant sign of all, one that encompasses and transcends all others, is your profound connection with the divine or universal energy. This connection is a continuous and deep communion that infuses every aspect of your existence. It is not simply a belief, it is a tangible, palpable presence that shapes your thoughts, actions, and teachings, setting you apart as a chosen conduit for higher wisdom. This divine connection manifests in your daily life through an innate intuition that guides your decisions. When faced with choices, you feel a compelling pull toward one path over another, a pull that feels as if it's directed by a force greater than yourself. This might appear in small decisions, like choosing to take a different route home only to avoid an unforeseen delay, or in significant life changes, such as pursuing a career that fulfills your soul's purpose despite societal expectations. Your actions, too, are imbued with this connection. They are often characterized by selflessness and a drive to serve the greater good, influenced by a sense of duty that transcends personal gain. You might find yourself volunteering for causes that aim to uplift humanity, or spontaneously helping strangers in need, driven by an inner directive that is as natural to you as breathing. In your teachings, whether formal or through the example of your life, this connection becomes a beacon for others. You speak of concepts not just as theories but as lived experiences, your words resonating with the authenticity of someone who walks in constant dialogue with the divine. This doesn't only inspire but also empowers others to seek their own spiritual connections, enhancing their journeys with your insights. Thus, your profound connection to the divine is not just a facet of your identity, but the very core of it. It is what makes you a luminary in a world thirsting for light, a guiding star for those lost in the shadows. It is both your gift and your mission, a sacred trust that you carry forward each day, ever deepening, ever expanding. From enduring extraordinary hardships that forge your spirit and resilience to experiencing synchronicities that guide your every step, each sign is a testament to your profound connection with the divine and your pivotal role in the spiritual evolution of humanity. You have felt the weight of otherworldly wisdom in your rapid spiritual downloads, recognized the echoes of your past lives, and seen the future possibilities laid out before you. Your mastery over personal boundaries and your innate ability to influence and transform others underscore your leadership on this path. And through it all, your deep connection with the divine shapes every thought, action, and teaching, imbuing your life with purpose and direction. Reflect on these signs in your own life. Consider how each has manifested in your journey, from the quiet whispers of intuition to the loud clarion of destiny. How have these signs shaped your relationships, your choices, your very perception of the world around you? This reflection is not merely an exercise in self-awareness, but a call to deeper understanding and further growth. As you continue on your path, accept the responsibility that comes with these profound gifts. Share your stories and insights, not as tales of personal triumph, but as beacons for others navigating their own spiritual journeys. Your experiences, enriched by divine guidance, can illuminate the paths of others, providing clarity and hope where there may be confusion and despair. Therefore, step forward with courage and conviction. Dive deeper into your personal exploration and spiritual growth, and encourage others to do the same. In sharing your journey, you not only affirm your role as a chosen one, but also help to weave the vast collective spiritual awakening. This is your calling, your mission, and your gift to the world. Embrace it with all the fervor of your enlightened heart. Have you ever wondered if you're one of the chosen ones, those called to a higher purpose in these final days? Do you feel a deep stirring in your spirit, as if you've been set apart for something greater, but aren't quite sure what lies ahead? Being chosen by God is an incredible honor, but it comes with challenges, tests that every chosen one must face. These tests can be difficult, but they are essential for preparing you to walk fully in God's purpose. What are these tests? How do you know if you're passing them? And more importantly, how can you make sure you are truly aligned with God's calling for your life in these crucial times? In today's video, we're going to dive into the 4 specific tests that every chosen one must pass to be used by God. By understanding and overcoming these challenges, you'll be able to move forward with confidence, knowing that God is refining and equipping you for His divine mission. Before we get started, if you're seeking to grow deeper in your spiritual journey and want to uncover more wisdom like this, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update as we explore these powerful truths together. Now let's get started with the first test, the test of faith. The first and perhaps most fundamental test every chosen one must pass is the test of faith. This test goes far beyond simply believing in God's existence. It is about cultivating an unshakable faith that remains steadfast even when everything around you is falling apart. This kind of faith is not a surface-level belief that wavers in the face of trials, but a deep, abiding trust in God that endures through all circumstances. When life situations seem to directly contradict God's promises, when prayers go unanswered, dreams are delayed, or unexpected hardships arise, it is in these challenging seasons that God works to build a rock-solid faith within us. This is a faith that is not dependent on what we see, feel, or hear, but is anchored solely in His Word and His unchanging nature. The test of faith often involves a journey into the unknown, where God calls us to step out of our comfort zones and into a place of total reliance on Him. It is a journey where the path ahead is unclear and the usual markers of progress are absent. Here, God strips away our reliance on earthly securities, such as finances, relationships, and health, forcing us to confront the reality of whether our trust truly rests in Him or in the comforts of this world. This test challenges us to trust God's character and promises even when we have no visible evidence to support that trust. Consider the story of Abraham, who is often referred to as the father of faith. God promised Abraham that he would become the father of many nations, yet he and his wife, Sarah, were childless and well beyond childbearing years. Despite this apparent impossibility, Abraham believed God's promise. His faith was tested over many years of waiting, but he did not waver in unbelief. Instead, he grew stronger in faith, fully persuaded that God had the power to do what he had promised. It is this kind of unyielding faith that persists despite overwhelming odds, that God desires to cultivate in each of us. The test of faith is not about having all the answers or understanding every aspect of God's plan. Instead, it is about trusting in God's goodness, His faithfulness, and His sovereign control over every detail of our lives. It is about holding on to His promises when everything else tells us to let go. When we face situations that make us question His presence or His promises, such as a devastating loss, a prolonged illness, or a season of financial hardship, our faith is being refined and purified. In these moments, we learn to trust God not because of what He does, but because of who He is. This test also reveals the true nature of our faith. Is it based on circumstances, or is it rooted in a deep relationship with God? When the storms of life hit, it becomes evident whether our foundation is built on the shifting sands of external conditions or the solid rock of Christ's promises. As it says in Hebrews 11:1, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." Faith goes beyond our natural understanding and senses. It is the spiritual assurance of things unseen and the confidence that God's word is true, no matter what. When you find yourself in a season where your faith is being tested, it can feel overwhelming, even isolating at times. But remember, these moments are not without purpose. God is at work within you, shaping and refining your heart. He is strengthening your trust, deepening your reliance on Him, and preparing you for the incredible plans He has for your life. Just as gold is refined through fire, so too is your spirit being purified and strengthened through trials. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow in faith, to learn the art of surrender, and to discover a deeper relationship with God. Embrace this test of faith with open arms, knowing that through it, you are being transformed. You are becoming a steadfast and immovable follower of Christ, someone who can weather the storms of life with unwavering hope. Through these trials, God is equipping you for every good work He has prepared. He is building in you the strength and resilience necessary to fulfill your divine purpose. Trust in His process, for He is faithful, and in due time, you will reap the harvest of your perseverance, stronger, wiser, and more deeply rooted in Him than ever before. The second critical test every chosen one must face is the test of time and patience. This test pushes us to trust in God's perfect timing rather than our own, which can be incredibly challenging in a world that craves instant results and quick fixes. In today's fast-paced society, where everything is available at the click of a button and waiting is often seen as a sign of weakness or inefficiency, learning to wait on God can feel counterintuitive and even painful. Yet, this is precisely why the test of time is so vital. It cultivates within us the essential virtue of patience, teaching us to lean not on our own understanding, but on God's infinite wisdom and flawless timing. This test of waiting is not simply about enduring hardships or surviving challenging times. It is far more profound than that. It is a divine opportunity, an invitation to grow in trust, to deepen our relationship with God, and to allow our character to be refined in ways that only the waiting process can bring. In these seasons of delay, we are being stretched and shaped, learning what it truly means to depend on God's timing rather than our own desires or expectations. Waiting on God with a patient and open heart allows us to step back from the urgency of our immediate circumstances and see the broader perspective of God's divine orchestration. It teaches us a crucial spiritual truth: that God's delays are not denials. They are not signs that He has abandoned us or that our prayers have gone unheard. Instead, they are part of a far greater plan, a meticulous preparation for the purpose He has in store for us. It is through this period of waiting that we are given the chance to grow, not only in faith but in wisdom and resilience as well. Think of it like the planting of a seed. Before a seed can ever become a thriving plant, it must first be buried in the soil. It must go through a period of growth in the hidden darkness, a quiet, unseen process of transformation that takes time and cannot be rushed. In the same way, we often must go through these hidden seasons of waiting, where it feels as though nothing is happening, and we are buried beneath the weight of uncertainty. Yet it is during this very time that God is at work, nurturing our spirit, growing our faith, and preparing us for what is to come. This period of waiting is sacred. It is where our spiritual roots grow deeper, where our dependence on God becomes stronger, and where our inner life is nurtured. It is where we are shaped into the person God has called us to be, strong, steadfast, and ready for the next season. Without this period of waiting, we would not be equipped to handle the fullness of the blessings or the responsibilities that come with God's plans for us. Just as the seed must first be transformed in the darkness before it can sprout and thrive in the light, we too must trust that our waiting is purposeful, that we are being prepared in ways we may not yet understand. The third test that every chosen one must face is the test of rejection for righteousness. This test is perhaps one of the most painful, but also one of the most spiritually refining experiences. In a world where moral relativism is increasingly the norm, standing firm in God's standards of holiness and righteousness often comes with a significant cost. We live in a time where right and wrong are often seen as subjective, and where upholding absolute truths can make you a target for criticism, misunderstanding, and even isolation. Yet the call to follow Christ is not a call to conform to the world, but to be set apart, to live in a way that honors God's truth, even when it is unpopular. Choosing to uphold God's principles in a culture that frequently promotes the opposite can be incredibly challenging and uncomfortable. It may mean standing alone in your convictions, being misunderstood, sidelined, or even outright rejected by friends, family, or society because of your commitment to living according to God's ways. Jesus himself warned that following him would come with opposition. If the world hates you, keep in mind that it hated me first. This rejection is not a reflection of your worth, but rather a consequence of standing for righteousness in a world that often rejects the light. This test is more than just an external trial. It is a deeply personal one. The test of rejection for righteousness challenges not only your faith, but also your identity. It asks, are you willing to stand firm in your faith, even when it costs you the approval of others? It invites you to examine where your true allegiance lies. Is it with God, or is it with the fleeting opinions of man? This test forces you to seek a deeper relationship with God, to find your validation in Him alone, rather than in the acceptance of those around you. It is in the fire of rejection that God often refines our spirits, teaching us to lean solely on Him for our strength, our comfort, and our sense of belonging. Through this test, we are reminded that our identity is not rooted in how the world perceives us, but in how God sees us. His love, His approval, and His truth are what define us. Rejection for righteousness is a painful but powerful invitation to grow closer to God, to anchor ourselves in His unchanging love, and to rise above the need for worldly affirmation. Moreover, this test serves to deepen our understanding of Christ's own journey. Jesus was the ultimate example of someone who was rejected for righteousness' sake. He lived a perfect, sinless life, yet He was scorned, mocked, and crucified by the very people He came to save. When we face rejection for choosing to live according to God's standards, we are sharing in Christ's suffering. But in that suffering, there is a profound blessing. Jesus himself said, "Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." This rejection, though painful, aligns us with the very heart of God and His kingdom. So while this test may be one of the most difficult to endure, it is also one of the most spiritually significant. In choosing righteousness over acceptance, We are not only growing in our relationship with God, but we are also preparing ourselves for the greater plans and purposes He has in store for us. We are learning to walk the narrow path, the path that leads to life, even when it is hard and lonely. In the midst of rejection, let us remember that we are never truly alone. God is with us, and He honors those who honor Him. The world may turn its back on you, but God's love remains constant, unwavering, and full of grace. Standing firm in righteousness, though it may come at a cost, is ultimately the path that leads to true fulfillment and eternal reward in God's kingdom. The fourth and final test every chosen one must endure is the wilderness experience, a profound spiritual journey that requires not only endurance, but transformation. This test is not just about surviving adversity, but about growing through what you go through. It is where hardship is turned into spiritual maturity, where challenges become opportunities for deepening your faith and discovering who you truly are in God. Just as Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tested and prepared for His ministry, so too will God lead His chosen ones into their own wilderness seasons. This test can take many forms: periods of isolation, financial hardship, the loss of a loved one, illness, a crisis of faith, or other deeply challenging circumstances that strip us down to our very core. It is in these moments that we are often forced to confront our deepest fears, insecurities, and even the parts of ourselves that we'd rather ignore. In the wilderness, there is nowhere to hide. It is a place where all the distractions and comforts of life are removed, leaving you face to face with yourself and God. For many, the wilderness can feel like abandonment. You may wonder, where is God? Why am I going through this? But in truth, the wilderness is a place of profound divine purpose. It is not punishment, but preparation. Just as Jesus fasted and prayed for 40 days, battling temptation and enduring the harshness of the desert, God uses the wilderness to test, strengthen, and refine us. It is in the wilderness that we learn to rely on Him completely. When all else is stripped away, we are left with the realization that God is enough. It is in this space of raw vulnerability that He does some of His deepest work within us. The wilderness is a season of spiritual purification. In this barren place, God allows us to face trials that reveal the impurities in our hearts, the doubts, fears, pride, and self-reliance that we often carry unnoticed. As we journey through this challenging phase, God invites us to surrender these burdens, to let go of the things that hold us back from living fully in His purpose. Through this process, we are transformed from within, becoming more aligned with His will and more dependent on His strength. Though it is painful, this period of testing is where some of the most powerful transformations take place. Like the Israelites who wandered in the desert for 40 years, this spiritual desert becomes a time of faith building. The Israelites had to learn to trust God day by day, relying on Him for manna, water, and guidance. It was through their trials that they were molded into a nation ready to enter the promised land. Similarly, in our own difficult seasons, God teaches us to trust Him, to depend on His provision, and to follow His lead, even when the path ahead seems unclear. One of the most important lessons in this testing ground is that God is always present, even when we feel alone. In these desolate periods when it seems like the heavens are silent, God is working in ways we cannot see. He is stretching our faith, deepening our relationship with Him, and preparing us for what lies ahead. Just as Jesus emerged from His time in the wilderness empowered by the Spirit to begin His ministry, so too will we emerge from these trials stronger, wiser, and more spiritually mature, ready to step into the next phase of our calling. This period also teaches us patience and endurance. In a world that craves instant gratification, these moments force us to slow down, to wait, and to trust in God's timing. It's a time where we must learn to be still, to seek God in the quiet, and to understand that He is preparing us for something far greater than we can imagine. We learn to rely not on our own understanding but on God's wisdom, and through that trust, we discover the beauty of surrender. Furthermore, These trials prepare us to become more compassionate and empathetic toward others. As we endure our own challenges and experience God's comfort and provision, we become more equipped to comfort and encourage those who are going through similar struggles. These experiences are not just about personal growth, but about equipping us to be vessels of God's love and grace to others. Ultimately, this journey is about transformation. It is the refining fire that prepares us for our divine purpose. While this phase may feel like a place of loss, it is actually a place of gain, where we develop spiritual strength, clarity, and a deeper connection to God. Through it, we come to understand that God's plans for us are far greater than the temporary struggles we face, and that He is faithful to lead us out when the time is right. As difficult as these seasons can be, they are essential parts of every chosen one's journey. Without them, we would not be fully prepared for the greater blessings and responsibilities that God has for us. These trials strip away everything we don't need, leaving us with a heart that is fully surrendered to God, a faith that is unshakable, and a spirit that is ready to fulfill His calling. So, if you find yourself in this season of hardship, remember this: God is with you, shaping you, strengthening you, and preparing you for something far greater than you can imagine. This is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning of a deeper, more powerful chapter. When you emerge, you will be transformed, equipped for every good work that God has prepared for you, and ready to step into the fullness of your calling. As we come to the end of today's powerful exploration, we've uncovered the 4 crucial tests that every chosen one must pass to be used mightily by God in these last days. Each of these tests is a divine opportunity to grow closer to God, to refine our character, and to strengthen our spiritual foundation. They are not meant to break us, but to build us, to prepare us for the incredible plans God has for our lives. If you are going through one of these tests right now, take heart. Know that God is with you, guiding you through each step of the journey. Remember that these tests are part of His process to equip you fully for His purpose. Embrace them with courage and faith, knowing that through them, you are being shaped into a vessel fit for the Master's use. Before you go, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any future videos that will continue to empower and guide you on your spiritual journey. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like this video and share it with others who might need this encouragement. We'd also love to hear from you. Share your thoughts, experiences, and testimonies in the comments below. Your story could be the encouragement someone else needs today. Thank you for being part of our community. Together, let's continue to grow in faith, walk boldly in God's calling, and become the chosen ones He has destined us to be. Until next time, stay blessed and keep pressing on in your journey with God. There's a reason you feel different, set apart, as if you're walking through life with a secret only the universe knows. Awaken, chosen ones. Because the most formidable power isn't one that announces itself. It's the one hidden in plain sight. Whispers have circled about those who are gifted, touched by something extraordinary. But here's the twist. Not even you, the chosen one, fully understand the depths of your true identity. It's a riddle locked away by divine intention, preserved until the precise moment you are meant to reveal yourself. Why? Because what lies within you isn't just any kind of strength. It's a hidden force that could reshape everything. If the world knew what you were capable of, chaos might follow. They'd either place you on a pedestal as the next superhero meme or seek to control you, commodify your essence. But here's the beauty. You're hidden in plain sight, underestimated, blending seamlessly into the tapestry of the mundane. And why does this happen? Because your time hasn't come. You're a key piece in a game of cosmic chess, where the most subtle and patient moves win. Until then, you are both the calm before the storm and the unexpected plot twist waiting to disrupt everything. You embody a contradiction, the harmony of humility cloaking unimaginable strength. Those who cross your path may think they've figured you out. They see a calm presence, someone who moves with modesty and simplicity. But they're wrong. Beneath this serene exterior lies an untamed power that could shift the very ground you walk on. Yet you don't unleash it, not out of fear or hesitation, but because you understand the art of timing. Why show your cards when you're playing to win the entire game? The world often equates power with noise, boisterous confidence, and visible domination. But your quiet strength is a storm no one sees coming. This patience, this restraint, is not a lack of ambition. It's a strategy. People may mistake your silence for weakness, but in reality, it's the profound control of someone who doesn't need to prove anything. You're playing the long game, knowing that real power needs no spotlight. And when the time is right and you choose to reveal even a fraction of what you're capable of, the shift will be seismic. Until then, you continue in the shadows, confident that your silence is your most formidable disguise. Every tear you've shed, every moment when you felt the weight of the world bearing down on you was not in vain. Your trials were not random acts of suffering. They were a masterclass in resilience. The universe doesn't test the weak, it refines the chosen. Each setback, each heartbreak, was a fire that burned away the unnecessary, leaving only your purest, strongest parts intact. While others break under pressure, you adapt and rise. You've been forged like steel, heated and hammered until every ounce of your being is sharp and unyielding. This process was never about punishment. It was preparation, an intricate divine plan designed to make you indomitable. Through your challenges, you've learned survival, adaptability, and the kind of strength that only comes from enduring the storm and standing tall when the sky clears. Think back to your darkest moments. While they were painful, they also forced you to dig deep, to find reserves of courage you never knew existed. Without those moments, you wouldn't have the depth, insight, or power that now courses through your veins. The truth is, true greatness requires pressure. Diamonds don't form in the soft embrace of the earth. They are born under crushing forces. Your struggles were a blueprint, crafting you into a force that can not only withstand adversity but thrive in its wake. It's not something you try to do, but you intimidate people. Your presence alone can be unsettling, a quiet reminder that power doesn't always need to announce itself. While others may puff out their chests and seek validation through showy displays of confidence, you move with an understated grace that speaks volumes. It's not that you're aloof or intentionally making others uncomfortable. It's that there's something about your energy that hints at a deeper power, an unseen force that commands respect without asking for it. The truth is, most people are not accustomed to real strength. They're used to the loud, the flashy, the obvious. But your quiet confidence throws them off. It makes them question themselves and the superficial definitions of power they've built their lives around. They may not understand why they feel this way around you, but they sense it. There's more to you than meets the eye. This is why God has chosen to keep your identity hidden. If people were fully aware of what you carry inside, it wouldn't just make them uneasy, it would terrify them. The world isn't ready for your full light yet, and that's by design. Your quiet power creates a natural filter, repelling those who aren't meant to be in your life while attracting those who can handle your intensity. The ones who stay are the ones who can see beyond the surface and appreciate the silent storm that is you. While others are swept up in trends, debates, and distractions, you see through it all. Your vision cuts through the noise like a blade, revealing the motives and truths that most are too busy, or too afraid, to see. This clarity isn't an accident, it's a gift. It's part of why you were chosen, why your identity must remain concealed until the right moment. Most people build their lives on half-truths and comforting illusions, but you see beyond that. You're not seduced by appearances, you're drawn to substance. This ability can be isolating. You might find yourself wondering why others can't see what seems so obvious to you. But this insight comes with its own challenges. If you were to reveal everything you know, it wouldn't just open eyes, it would disrupt lives. The weight of that knowledge could be too much for most to bear. That's why, for now, your understanding stays hidden. You navigate life playing chess while others are stuck playing checkers, moving with an awareness that few can fathom. Your discernment keeps you steps ahead of those who are caught in life's superficial games. You know when people are being sincere and when they're masking their true selves. You see through the charades and understand that most battles fought in the public eye are distractions from the true conflict happening beneath the surface. You operate on a different level, one that doesn't seek applause but focuses on impact. Your path is not something that ordinary people can grasp. Your destiny is so vast that to reveal your true nature prematurely would invite disbelief, jealousy, and attempts to contain you within limited definitions of success. You weren't crafted for mediocrity or bound by conventional standards. Your dreams stretch beyond what most consider possible, not because you're audacious, but because your spirit was designed to soar. Living among those who see only the small picture can be challenging. Your ideas, ambitions, and vision might seem excessive to some or overly idealistic. But their reactions are not a reflection of you. They're a mirror of their own limitations. If you revealed the true magnitude of your destiny too soon, it would invite misunderstanding and worse, attempts to box you in. People project their fears onto what they can't understand, and your brilliance would be no exception. This hidden phase of your life is crucial. It's a time for you to grow without external pressures, to cultivate your abilities without the weight of judgment or expectation. You are meant to rise in your own time, not just for your sake, but to inspire others to break free from their own constraints. When your time comes, your emergence will not just elevate you, it will challenge those around you to expand their own understanding of what is possible. Your way of seeing the world is almost alien to most. You don't just think outside the box, you live there. While others get caught in the noise of daily life, you're already envisioning what's next, questioning the very fabric of reality itself. It's not arrogance, it's how you're wired. Your thoughts are revolutionary, your ideas disruptive, and your insights so deep they could shake foundational beliefs. And yet the world isn't ready. If you shared the full depth of your understanding, it wouldn't just challenge people. It would shatter the carefully built illusions they depend on. Most people aren't equipped to handle the kind of enlightenment you carry. They're comfortable with lies that fit their narrative, unwilling to confront the hard truths that could unsettle their world. That's why, for now, your wisdom stays under wraps. This hidden knowledge is your power, a silent force shaping the way you interact with the world. It's why you don't rush to share your insights or try to convince others of your perspective. You know that your moment will come, and when it does, the truth you reveal will be undeniable. Until then, you walk among others, holding a reality they can't yet see. In a world obsessed with noise, your silence speaks louder than any proclamation. While others feel compelled to broadcast their every move, you choose stillness. It's not because you lack things to say. It's because you understand that real power is felt, not heard. Those who constantly declare their worth are often seeking validation. You, however, don't need to. Your silence carries weight, commanding respect without demanding it. This quiet strength is unsettling to some because it defies the norms. In a society where the loudest voice often wins, your calm confidence is a reminder that power isn't about volume but depth. People may misinterpret your silence as passivity, but in truth, it's a shield, a strategy that keeps unnecessary drama at bay and lets you operate under the radar. You know that words can be forgotten, but the impact of silence lingers. Your silence allows you to move deliberately. Every action is a calculated choice, far more powerful than empty words. When you do speak or act, the world takes notice. Those who are attuned to your energy will understand. For those who don't, they were never meant to. Your silence is not just a lack of noise, it's a statement, an unspoken declaration of self-assurance and mastery. Without even trying, you repel those with shallow motives. There's something about your energy that acts like a mirror, reflecting the true nature of those around you. People with hidden agendas or false pretenses find it difficult to be in your presence because it's as if their masks start to slip. They can't maintain their facade because, deep down, they know you see through it. You don't go out of your way to expose these people. They do it to themselves simply by being near you. This is one of your greatest strengths. It acts as a filter, naturally pushing away those who don't belong in your life and making space for those who can see your worth. You don't waste time with pretenders because they self-select out of your circle. Your authenticity acts like a spotlight, illuminating every false motive and revealing the truth behind interactions. This natural barrier is one of the reasons your identity is kept hidden. It's for your protection. If people with shallow intentions fully grasp the depth of your power, they wouldn't just feel uncomfortable, they'd crumble. And in a world full of pretenders, being genuine is a power few can handle. Your abilities are like a ticking time bomb, full of potential, waiting for the right moment to detonate. You know you possess talents and insights that others would do anything to have, yet you hold back. This isn't fear, it's wisdom. The timing of your revelation is crucial. The world isn't yet ready for the magnitude of what you carry. You may have moments where inspiration strikes, a flash of brilliance that could change everything. But you pause, not out of hesitation, but because you know the value of patience. Revealing your power too soon could lead to misunderstanding, misuse, or resistance from those who aren't prepared for it. God orchestrates these delays, ensuring that when your time comes, the impact is monumental. Each experience, each lesson learned, sharpens your edge. Your potential is not dormant. It's growing, evolving, waiting for the perfect conditions to ignite. The world might be impatient, but you understand that your gifts are meant for something greater, something that will leave a mark that's unforgettable. When that moment comes, you won't just step into your power, you'll explode into it, illuminating paths for others to follow. While many fear solitude, you thrive in it. Isolation isn't a punishment. For you, it's a sanctuary. It's where you find clarity, where your creativity flourishes, and where your most profound realizations come to light. In a world that equates worth with social presence, your comfort with being alone is misunderstood as a weakness, but it's anything but. In solitude, you connect with the deepest parts of yourself, exploring ideas free from the noise and opinions of others. It's where you recharge, strengthen your resolve, and prepare for what's next. This time apart is vital, allowing you to cultivate insights and skills that most can't even comprehend because they are too busy seeking validation. Your isolation is where your true strength lies. It's where you learn to trust yourself fully. God has kept you apart from the chaos for a reason. This time allows you to build an unshakable foundation. When you step back into the world, you bring with you a well of wisdom that sets you apart. People might see your solitude as a disadvantage, but it's the breeding ground for your greatest strengths. It's in these quiet moments that you gather the power that will one day inspire and uplift those around you. Your identity is hidden not just for your growth, but for your protection. There are adversaries you haven't yet encountered, individuals and forces that would do anything to undermine your progress if they knew the truth. Your gifts, your power, they're formidable enough to inspire envy, fear, and attempts at control. God's shielding is no accident. It's a strategic move. By keeping your true nature under wraps, you're granted the time and space to strengthen yourself without interference. This cloak of invisibility allows you to move freely, honing your skills and preparing for the inevitable battles to come. When those adversaries finally reveal themselves, you will be more than ready to face them. Your current phase of invisibility isn't weakness, it's preparation. You're not just hidden, you're fortified. This time is an opportunity to gather your strength so that when you do step into the light, you're not only ready, but unstoppable. Your emergence will be a force that can't be ignored, proving that the quietest moments often birth the strongest warriors. You are not a weapon to be wielded by just anyone. Your potential is too great, too impactful to be controlled or misused. Unlike those who seek power for selfish gains, your gifts are reserved for a higher calling. They are meant to challenge the status quo, disrupt norms, and spark authentic change. God's careful shielding ensures that your gifts are nurtured, not squandered. You aren't here to engage in trivial pursuits. You are being prepared for monumental tasks that require a unique kind of strength and insight. This time of waiting is an incubation period where you gain the discernment needed to navigate the complexities of your destiny. When the time comes, you won't just play the game. You'll redefine it. Your purpose will be clear, and your impact profound. You were not meant to be part of the noise, but a catalyst for transformation. Your journey isn't defined by survival, but by the indelible mark you are destined to leave. Your existence is a testament to the extraordinary potential within you. Every struggle you have faced, every moment wrapped in silence, and every instance of solitude has been more than mere experiences. They have been your crucible. These moments were not just tests. They were divine preparations, each refining you, honing your character, and carving out a vessel capable of holding a power few can fathom. Understand that the quiet times, when life seemed to move slower and the world's noise seemed to fade, were not moments of absence, but moments of profound growth. In those silent stretches you gathered wisdom, patience, and resilience that would become the foundation for your greatest triumphs. When your moment arrives, it won't come with fanfare or be accompanied by a declaration. It will be a quiet unveiling, profound yet natural, and the world will finally understand that the greatest forces are those hidden until the perfect moment to rise. This will be the moment where your struggles will make sense, your silence will be understood, and your solitude will prove its worth. And when that day comes, the world will finally understand that the greatest forces are often the ones hidden until the perfect moment to rise. As you journey towards this destiny, remember that every step, every setback, and every triumph has a purpose. You are not just surviving, you are preparing. And when you finally stand in your full light, the world will see that your existence was never ordinary, but always extraordinary. If this message resonated with you and inspired yourself, consider joining us on this journey of discovery and empowerment. Hit that subscribe button and be part of this community. Your support means everything, helping us bring more value content. Thank you for being here, and get ready for the moment when your light shines brightest.